If the world hates you, just remember that it has hated me first. If you belong to the world, then the world would love you as its own. But I chose you from this world, and you do not belong to it. That is why the world hates you. Whoever hates me, hates my father also. They would not have been guilty of sin if I had not done among them the things that no one else ever did. As it is, they have seen what I did, and they hate both me and my father. They hated me for no reason at all.
Yo. Chat, we here. We are back, man. How long has it been since I've been live, bro? Got the Mario shirt on. Got the crucifix. Chat, how we doing? How we doing, chat? Man, I haven't been live in so long. How long has it been? Over a week? I don't even know. Chat, how we doing? D-Mall, God bless, bro. Mo, Majestic, God bless, bro. Glad to see you guys here. I'm glad to be here. It's been quite some time since we've last been live, but hey, we're here. Time to talk about some One Piece. Time to debate. Time to have an open Q&A. Jacob Harrison, God bless, bro. I have no idea what that is, bro. Young Smokey, God bless, man. These break weeks are dragging. Yeah, they're, man. I have a feeling we're gonna get 11:58 spoilers, like short summary, and it's gonna say break next week, bro. Jacob, God bless. Abigna, God bless. I'm glad to see you here, Abigna. Door handle. Yo, why is RBBP going back to door handle? Are you going back to your old ways or something, bro? You going back to your old ways? Come on, man. We loved real Blackbeard propaganda. So why are you bringing back door handle? Oh, man. I don't know if I should be excited or disappointed, man. Hey, chat. You know, we got to start this stream with a little shout out. Hold on. You know, we got to start the stream with a shout out. If you guys aren't hip, you guys are just lame. If you guys are just bozos, if you guys are not hip, I don't know what you're doing, chat, but you guys need to definitely follow this guy on Instagram, bro. Shout out to O'Hara Defender, the most based Instagram ever. They also have a Twitter and a TikTok. The most based, and I mean based, account. This is the most based One Piece account you could ever imagine, bro. Celestials say this happened in the Void Century. Question it and your berries freeze. You're no sale listed and you're jailed for anti-celestialism. Then we got this. Oh, wow. Look at this. Nika is a prophet. Nika is God. Nika was a magician and a fool. Lily was an adulteress. They said based joyums stand up. Hey, chat, another fun fact for you guys. Another fun fact. At the height of fishman slavery, 78% of slave owners were ethnic celestials. 40% of the celestial population were slave owners, while only 0.35% of pirates and humans owned slaves. That's crazy, man. Chat, like this, that's crazy because like growing up, you know, when you go to school, you watch movies, you know, you watch TV. They always tell you like, oh, the humans and the pirates, they were the ones doing the slavery. You know, that's what they always say. It turns out when you go look at the documents, you go look at history, it was actually the Celestials. And all the ships who brought the fishmen, chat, they were Celestial ships. That's insane. And we got Shanks and APAC, bro. Why is it so loud? Can I turn this lower? Hold on. Chat, let me know if this is quieter if I. You guys let me this. We got Ink, Spot, and Fortune on the APAC track.
Well.
You got this.
I'm hopeful about Marijua because
You
my
got
people, the
Satan
Celestials, emerge from the depths of hell.
Satan Netanyahu has ordered to occupy the entire.
I'm hopeful
Alabaster.
about Marijua because my people, the Celestials,
925-year-old celestial dragon tablet finally translated to reveal its Boy Boy's kingdom is only weeks away from developing a nuclear weapon. What else do we have? Early life. Chat, you guys know. Always check the early life. It always gets away. You always see the usual suspect. And of course, the guy. You know, you got the chimney. There's a lot of based content on here, chat. Oh, another one. Bobby Fischer Tiger. My base are criminal people. The Celestials completely control Marine Corps. And the Celestials are using Marine Corps as a vehicle to take over the world. Oh man. Then you got everyone's favorite line. You got everyone's favorite line, another Martin Joan classic. Celestial dragons enslave our people. Not all celestial dragons. Oh, you love to see it. But the celestial dragons, they stole my daughter. They captured my people. The celestial dragons, they enslave us. Not all celestial dragons. Got all of them. They got all of them, chat. So go follow O'Hara Defender on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, whatever you guys prefer. Who's joining the open mic? I was actually considering pushing this stream back 1 hour because for the people that live in the East Coast or the West Coast, right? West Coast USA. Like I know L's from the West Coast, right? Everyone in California, it's barely like 8 a.m. for them right now. So it might be too early. I don't know. It might be too early in the morning for people. Plus, a lot of people are just scared to join the open mic. I don't really know why. Not even 45 seconds in Classic Evil Stream. Appreciate it, bro. Javi Bird, God bless. Got 5 videos ready and another 15 that need heavy editing. Hey, bro, you need to post them, man. It's easier to make better content when you upload content and you reflect on it. All right, chat. Let's begin. And guys, of course, if you need the link to join the open mic, it should be in the description. I don't know why I'm stuttering. It should be in the description, okay? Is it not in the description? Let me look. If you want the link to join the open mic, it should be in the video description, but let me double check. Yeah, that should be it. Should be in the description. All right. Let's begin with a prayer, chat. Here, let's just find some One Piece art to put on the screen so you guys don't have to just look at me. You know what? I'm just gonna this is what you guys are gonna look at. That way we can shout out O'Hara Defender. Shout out to O'Hara Defender, best Instagram account, best Twitter, best TikTok, hands down, bro. So based, O'Hara Defender. Asdark, God bless, bro. All right, chat, let's begin with a prayer. And hopefully we could get the show on the road. I hope I see a lot of new faces. I hope I hear a lot of new voices, new people in the open mic. You know, it's good to always see like the usual people, you know, but I want to see some new people. If you guys are down to share your hot take, share your theory, have your theory rated, maybe ask for feedback of your theory, whatever, Join the open mic. The StreamYard link is in the description. Okay, chat. Let's begin with our prayer, and then we will start the stream. I believe in one God, the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, of all things visible and invisible. I believe in one Lord, Jesus Christ, the only begotten Son of God, born of the Father before all ages, God from God, light from light, true God from true God, begotten, not made, consubstantial with the Father. Through him all things are made. For us men in our salvation, he came down from heaven and by the Holy Spirit was incarnate of the Virgin Mary and became man. For our sake, he was crucified under Pontius Pilate. He suffered death and was buried. And he rose again on the third day in accordance with the scriptures. He ascended into heaven. He is seated at the right hand of the Father. He will come down again in glory to judge the living and the dead, and his kingdom will have no end. I believe in the Holy Spirit, the Lord, the giver of life, who proceeds from the Father and the Son, who with the Father and the Son is adored and is glorified, who has spoken through the prophets. I believe in one holy Catholic and apostolic church. I confess one baptism for the forgiveness of sins, and I look forward to the resurrection of the dead and the world to come. Amen. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. O my Jesus, forgive us our sins, save us from the fires of hell, lead all souls into heaven, especially those in most need of thy mercy. Amen. My Lord and my God, I thank you with all my heart. Thank you for every breath, every morning, every mercy. Thank you for your cross, for shedding your blood to save me. Thank you for loving me even when I didn't love you and waiting patiently while I wandered and for calling me back with tenderness and truth. Thank you for the grace that keeps me standing. Thank you for your word that gives me life. Lord Jesus, you did not come to condemn, but to save. You touched the sick and they were healed. You spoke and the storm stopped. You commanded and the demons fled. You saw the unseen, loved the rejected, forgave the sinful. You met the Samaritan woman at the well. You knew her past, yet you didn't shame her. Instead, you gave her living water. She left her jar. She left her shame, her sins, her old self, and ran to bring others to you. Lord, help me leave my jar too. Let me stop clinging to my past, my habits, my guilt. Make me new like you made her new. You healed the blind. Lord, open my eyes to see truth and beauty. You cleansed the leper. Cleanse me from the stains of sin that cling to my heart. You raised the dead. Raise my soul when it grows cold and distant. You forgave the woman caught in adultery. Forgive me, Lord, and teach me to sin no more. You multiplied the bread. Multiply love, patience, and kindness in me. You walked on water. Help me trust you when everything around me feels unstable. You called to the storm, speak peace into my anxiety, my fears, my temptations. You cast out demons, drive away every dark thought, every hidden chain in my life. Lord, I ask you, change me. Give me a heart full of love, a spirit of deep humility, a soul that longs for holiness. Make me gentle when I want to fight, silent when I want to gossip, faithful when I want to give up. Christ Jesus, who reigns above all, I ask that you protect all my family, friends, acquaintances, supporters, haters, protect them all. Christ Jesus, I ask that you fill patience, love, wisdom, and peace into the hearts of people who have all the negative things to say about me. Christ, I ask that you fill me with patience and fill me with love. Help me reflect your glory for your glory whenever I feel attacked. Give me strength, be my defense, be my rock, my refuge, my stronghold, my shield, my deliverer. Christ Jesus, I trust that you'll protect people like Young Smokey, Dawn of Ascension. I trust that you'll heal the hearts and strengthen the soldiers, such as Real Blackbeard Propagandist. I trust that you will heal, protect, and guide the families of Abigna, Jacob Harrison, Asdark, Javi Berg, and many more people. I trust you with all things, Christ Jesus. I do it all for your glory. Always keep me humble. Please fill me with more patience. Please remove all my anger and my defensive habits. Keep me gentle as a dove and wise as a serpent, all for your glory. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. A big now with the $5. My church challenged us to do something nice for someone gay today. Enjoy this $5, brother. God loves you. Okay. You know what? You're going to make me say something cancelable. Hey, you should have donated that to someone else. You should have donated that to one of those YouTubers in the One Piece community that refused to stand up for. Wait, I just prayed, bro. I can't be into the gossip. I can't be into the slander. Look, all I'm saying, man, Abigna, God bless, bro. Thank you for the super. I'm definitely not Rainbow Gang. Never will consider it. I don't like debauchery. But hey, next time, bro, target the people that don't really like Palestine and, you know, standing up for it, speaking out, doing a little something. Instead, they want to talk about goon peace. Oh, man, there are some angry people. If you guys are just tuning in, follow O'Hara Defender on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. They have the most based account ever. Chat, we ruffled some feathers, chat. We ruffled some feathers, bro. Hey, I had to do a hard rebuke. This guy deleted his tweet. Yo, why is it yo, I literally, chat, I promise you, bro, I went like a year and a half never replying to people on Twitter. Like, people always try to say like some type of smack to me on Twitter. I'll never reply. Bro, the past month, like one out of like every 50 tweets, I'll clap back. And for some reason, every time I do, they delete the tweet. Bro deleted the tweet. Or is it right here? No, actually, he didn't delete the tweet. Why does it pop up like that then? Okay, I guess he didn't delete it, but there's definitely other tweets I could show you guys where people are deleting the tweets. I thought this one deleted. It wasn't loading. Look, bro, so chat, I was like, Gaza is still being genocided by Israel, and children are still dying left and right? And what do the OP YouTubers say, chat? What do the One Piece YouTubers say? Huh? What do they say, chat? What do they say? But Shaki, though, goon piece. They care more for the passions of lust ignited by fictional characters than real souls. Losers. Losers. See? That is what you call a harsh rebuke. I find it disgusting. I find it atrocious that people would be such children. And I also said, ever since I started defending Gaza, attacking Zionism, and especially naming the blank, many One Piece YouTubers treated me like Voldemort, he who shall not be named. Which, by the way, you guys who are always watching the streams, you guys know this is true, because there's a lot of times people will come in the stream chat and they'll literally be like, yo, Evil, why don't the other One Piece YouTubers talk to you? Why don't they collab with you? Why don't they talk about your theories? Hey, now you know, bro. My bad. Let's goon and power skill Shanks some more, Mihawk some more, Zoro some more. That matters a lot more than the reality we live in. So, bro, I went on a 2-tweet tirade, just straight up spanking just like this garbage. This garbage. It's still going on. It's still going on, chat. While we're sitting here doing what? Crying that there's a One Piece break week. People are getting their house nuked. While we're sitting here crying that like we have to wait another few days for 1158, someone's daughter just got sniped. Wong Woki. He believes in Robin's supremacy. Oh wait, that reminds me. Wong Woki,
Yo, what's good?
what inspires you to just drop this $100 nuke?
I had to. I had
Like,
to. I do it just because I'm bored sometimes.
bro, you can't just so to break out of the boredom, you just go above and beyond with generosity and just drop $100.
Brother, I have ADHD. Sometimes I gotta entertain myself, you dig?
I can't thank you enough, bro. I really don't deserve it. I mean,
Nah,
years
you're
now, bro.
welcome.
Thank
You're
you
welcome, bro.
tremendously. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome, man. If I didn't like listen, if I didn't
Uh-oh. Are you
like some of the
talking?
stuff that you said, and if I
Don't
didn't
tell me I
like some
lost
of the
audio
things that you
again.
were doing with this channel, I wouldn't have done it. You know what I mean?
Dang. Hello? Is he talking? Oh no. Oh, speak.
Can you hear? Can you hear
You're
me?
cutting out.
All right, it's this headphone I got. Can you hear me now?
Okay, I hear you now.
Yeah, it's just I'm trying a new set of headphones. That's why.
You see this, bro? I burnt my hand today, bro. I burnt my finger, man.
Damn. What were
I
you
was
cooking? I hope the
bro.
food was good.
The food didn't justify the burn. I was hard boiling eggs, right? But the pot I was using, the handle is connected to the bowl of the pot itself.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
So
I
the heat
grabbed
was
the
traveling
handle,
all up in there.
bro. Just totally eviscerated my finger. I hope it heals because I'm trying to lift this week, bro.
I heard that.
But yeah, God bless you, bro. Thank you
Oh
tremendously for
no, what I was saying was you're welcome, man. If I didn't like the things that you were saying on your channel, or if I didn't like your channel, I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean?
yeah, thank you, bro. I get it. I'm just eternally grateful.
No, you're welcome, brother. You're welcome. No worries.
All right. So let's start here. What are your predictions on 1158?
Okay, so I've got two. Okay, and so it's kind of like an either or, and obviously both could be wrong, right? There's the first way of thinking, the popular way of thinking that everybody's been wanting, that we finally get God Valley.
Bro,
That's
please.
that's one of mine. My other thing is that we get some of rocks on Hachinosu, maybe before he goes off to the battle, because wasn't there a scene in the manga where Rocks is standing in the door and he says, "Come on, Kaido, let's go."
Yes,
Right
I do
before they
remember that.
right before they swarm on Hachinosu.
Wait.
So
Wasn't that in the recent SBS? Hold on. I thought someone asked about him. That character in the doorway.
yeah, that character in
Or
the
what?
doorway, I think was in the manga, because I
Wait. But
think,
that's Zebek?
well, people were assuming it was the back then, but we've got the design now. You know what I mean? So he won't look like that silhouette that we got
But
when
you
he was.
think the silhouette is Zebek?
Yes,
Is that
or I.
actually confirmed? Because I don't know.
It could be another Rocks pirate, but anyways, my point is that I think we'll get to that part maybe first, and then the second part. To be honest, dude, I think we're gonna see Harold meet Roger soon. Like, I think
Mm.
that the flashback is going to get us to the point where Harold is going to meet Roger. Roger is going to descend on Elbath. Here's my prediction. He's going to descend on Elbath via the Heaven Realm, using those rainbow bridges Bifrost connected to Skypiea. We know for a fact that Roger's been to Skypiea. So I think that Roger left the poneglyph there, descends down into Elbath, and then King Harold gives Roger some kind of important Nika lore. And then Roger eventually comes to the conclusion that he did when he got to Laughtale, and he said, "Oh, I wish I would have been born in your era." Because as we know, Roger was just too early. He was too early to really do anything about Emu. And I know there's a lot of memes about Roger being a goon, avoiding Emu, say like especially the one where there's like two roads divulging. On one side you got Shockey, Portgas D Rogue, and you got Ripley, and you got the three top brass of the Roger Pirates going that way instead of taking on Emu.
I haven't seen that, but I could picture what that looks like.
It's like defeat Emu, go for the baddies.
Well, he went for the baddies, I guess.
Yep.
It is it. Well, actually, I guess the excuse would be that I was gonna say Zebek. The excuse would be that Roger had a disease, you know. So then
Yeah,
you could just say
I mean
like,
Roger
oh
was
well.
also too early. You know what I mean? He was too early to do anything.
I mean, too early for what though?
I think too early to take on Emu. Because I mean we I think we both agree, right, Eddie, that Roger knew Emu existed. Absolutely, right?
Man, I want to say yes, but I'm always trying to be very careful because I mean,
I
if
get what you mean. You don't want to speak in absolutes just in case there's a slight chance we're both wrong.
yeah, like I know a lot of people would like think I'm crazy for this, but I mean, like if you think about it, right? Rayleigh, he told Luffy and the Straw Hats on Shabandi that when they went to Laughtale, meaning the Roger Pirates, when they went to Laughtale, they learned the full history of the world. But time out.
Yes.
The
Yes, I know
poneglyphs
what you're saying.
the poneglyphs were written only until the Void Century ended. But when the Void Century ended, that's when Marie-Joie became a thing. That's when the Jews are. That's when the Celestials took over the world. Emu started pulling the strings, right? So I wonder, like, were there poneglyphs about Emu? Especially when we think like Ivankov, right? Ivankov was like, wait,
Well,
and
maybe
even
he saw the mural. Maybe okay. So I was saying that Harold and Roger met, and then possibly he gave Roger some key Nika lore while he was in Elbath. Maybe
Hmm.
Harold took him to see the mural, and some of the poneglyphs information from that you get what I'm saying. Some of the information
Yeah.
on the poneglyphs were in the mural.
Wait, so no, you raise a good point because what I was trying to basically say is like the history ended, right? Because the ancient kingdom of Joy Boy died, then Marie-Joie became a thing because Ivankov and Cobra, they were saying, oh, Saint Nerona Emu, wasn't that like a monarch? So it seems like Emu was one of like the 20 or something like that. And then he helped create Marie-Joie. But you kind of raise a good point because Laughtale could probably have a prophecy, some kind of like prophetic warning, some kind of like destined event, right? So if Roger made it to Laughtale and he understood the full prophecy, thus saying he was too early, then it would make sense that he would know that there is like a Satan of the world or like a very top evil
And
ruler in
plus,
the world.
remember Madame Charlie's prediction talking about the two sovereigns would eventually meet later on when Roger went to Fishman Island. So
Yeah,
like he had a bunch of pieces of the puzzle and he put it together. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that Harold gave Roger a key piece of the puzzle. You get what I'm saying?
yes.
But
Yeah,
back
no,
to
I
back to what you were saying about Rayleigh and what you were saying, what he said. I thought you were gonna bring up the fact that Rayleigh told Robin, like, I can tell you the history now, but you won't understand it. And who knows? By the time you get to where we were, you may come to a different conclusion than we did.
and this is just a minor data point the two sovereign, it wasn't from Madame Charlie. It was from like two random like sea kings. So the
Oh, the
statement
voice
is
of all things
100%
when he.
true.
Okay, I was just thinking about the back to the scene where Charlie was a kid and Neptune was there, and he said, and Roger looked, that whole conversation they had, and then
Yeah, yeah.
eventually
So
Roger
Charlie,
said, "If you have a
yeah,
kid, she's gonna be hairy like you," and he's
yeah,
like, "I would
Charlie,
never have a hairy kid."
Charlie, Charlie, Madame Charlie. She was her dialogue was about when the princess was going to be born. But when you're talking about the two sovereign, it was like two sea kings after Roger made it to Laugh-Tale. So either way, the dialogue is true. Like what you're saying is true. By the way, I agree with you totally. It's just a data point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
So
okay. So
those would be my two predictions for 11:58 right now.
so
God
Roger
Valley,
was too early to fight email.
God Valley, and we see Rocks ship off Hachinosu, and then secondly, maybe he'll speed it up and temporarily go back to Loki, like Loki's focus in this flashback, and show, maybe I don't know, because if he did do what I was thinking, then he would have to skip Loki meeting Shanks and all that.
I don't even know, man. I like I want to just cope for God Valley, but I just don't know anymore. This could go so many directions. It's like
All
we don't
right, so
even know.
this is what I want. If he gives us some of God Valley again, more of it that we don't know, then I'm happy for that. But I honestly want a point of view of God Valley from Garp's perspective. And I want that to
Mm.
come when Blackbeard goes in there and interrogates Garp. Because right now, I'm willing to bet $5,000 that we see a Blackbeard Garp interrogation. I'm willing to bet $5,000 that that is when Garp will put two and two together and figure out, oh crap, this is the son of Zebek. And it'll click in his head why Blackbeard is so dangerous.
All right, well, I'm gonna put it this way: $5,000 sounds very nice, so I think I might have to go against you.
Oh, come on, why?
No, but that could be the case where God Valley, like you said, it comes from the vision or like the perspective of Garp, and maybe this flashback it pivots towards how all the giants and Shanks needed to fight Loki and restrain him.
Yes, yes. I think Oda is going to like do a half and half chapter. He's gonna give us
Oh, did you cut out again, or is it me? Hello? Can't hear anything. Did that fix it? I think Smokey ended up cutting out. Wordplay, are you there?
Hello?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Oh, hi. Sorry, I did. I thought it was gonna go into like the side. That's why I was gonna waited the queue. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, yeah, no problem. Smokey cut out. I want to hear what he has to say, but maybe we
Yo,
can
can you
hear.
hear me now?
Oh no, he's back. Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Yeah, dude, I don't know what's going on. The mic keeps cutting in and out, but I think I fixed it. I got my normal headphones that I wear when we do this. I was just charging them.
No problem.
Now it should be good. But anyways, did you hear what I was saying earlier though?
The last thing I remember, honestly, was me saying God Valley from Garp's perspective, and
Okay, yeah.
then Shanks and the Giants versus Loki. I think you cut out right away.
Okay, so what I was gonna say is, I think that everything you
everything you said about the Loki stuff, about like I was thinking like when he could go out to sea when he loses to Shanks. I think this is going to be 1158 and an 1159 chapter thing. I think Oda for 1158 is going to bounce between two perspectives. I think he'll start with Rocks and Hachinosu, and maybe more interactions between Zebek and Shaki individually, because he is the king of Pirate Island. You know what I mean? It's not like she can be like, screw off after, they gave her shelter. You know what I mean? After she
Yeah.
quit being a Kuja pirate. So that is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like maybe 1158, we get some Hachinosu stuff. Then we go to Loki. He sails off to sea. Then 1159, he loses to Shanks. And then eventually getting to the point where I was saying like Roger met Harold.
Okay. I mean, I
Because
can see that too, but Roger meeting Harold, that's an interesting one because I haven't really thought too much about that.
yeah, well, the reason why I was thinking about it is right. Zebek mentioned Garp in the last chapter, didn't he? Or was it the chapter before that? So
Um,
I feel like all of those legends have met each other. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah, no, Zebek mentioned Garp, I think it was last chapter, yeah.
Yeah, he said Garp doesn't like the top brass. He should have been a pirate. I can just see the way that Zebek is, and we even see this kind of reflected in the Emperor's behavior in the manga throughout. Like when like for example, in Wano, when Big Mom laid eyes on King, she was like, "Join my crew." Shanks, every time he saw Marco, he was like, "Join my crew." So I feel like Zebek would be the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's kind of the fact of life too. Strong people are just attracted to each other. Strong people gravitate towards each other.
Yeah, and like on that topic, it's like confusing me. Like how did Zebek become this strong? Because if you're gonna get this powerful, right? We
I have
know
a theory.
characters like, yeah. Let me hear that.
So, as we know, Rayleigh's okay. So, you're coming from the perspective of how did he get so strong and remain yet so unknown until he killed that admiral? So,
Yeah.
I'm thinking hockey blooms. Hockey blooms in the heat of battle. You know what Rayleigh said. And I believe Roger and Zebek have a longer history than we think. I think,
Zebek.
to be honest, I think Zebek has beaten Roger a few times. Whether it's metaphorically by getting Shocky to live on the island. So when Roger pulled up on God Valley, he said, "Do you have any idea how I felt this past year?" I think that was an L. I think Zebek handed him an L. I think Zebek handed him an L when he was young. Honestly, dude, if you want me to tell you how I think Zebek got so strong, I think it was hockey blooms through fighting Roger when they were both unknown pirates.
I mean, of course, Oda's gonna skip it all, right? Because then,
yeah, I don't think we'll get a real answer. I do think we will see if Roger and Zebek had a deeper connection, but I don't think we'll get the exact answer you're looking for of how he got that strong. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because part of me just wants to say, "That's the writer's plot, my man," and wipe my hand. And
this is a classic Oda move.
yeah,
Just skip everything.
yeah. Well, I'm hoping he can land this plane, brother. I'm hoping he can land this plane and not have to be like Captain Scully and have to land it on the water.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just like I think the constant blue balling is really gonna piss people off.
Well,
I mean, it
okay,
already
so
pissed people off.
no, I agree. So I wanted to bring up a point because I've kind of noticed it a little bit on Twitter. Maybe not so much this week, but like a few weeks ago. Do you feel like Oda is getting addicted to clashes? and that
Hmm.
he's not giving us proper fights as much anymore.
Addicted to clashes, not giving proper fights. I don't know. I feel like he's kind of always been like that.
Hmm.
You
I
don't
don't
think
know.
so?
Maybe because we've been away from the Straw Hats for so long. It feels like now. Maybe that's why people feel that. I don't know. It just like I want to see some of these fights, man. When we get to God Valley, we need all of the Rogers, Zebek, and Garth fight, and we can have clashes and small moments of Whitebeard versus Garling, Silver Axe versus Vaughn, and Shiki versus Rayleigh. That would be my guess right now.
Yeah, now that I think about it, to answer your original question, I mean, there was a lot of just, clashing in pre-time skip One Piece.
Yeah, there was.
I'm
I
actually kind
can't
of
say that.
surprised you didn't say Shiki and Gabon because like
No,
Navigator versus
I,
Navigator.
no. Shiki the Golden Lion versus Dark King Silver's Rayleigh. Silvers.
Silvers. You
Also,
need to
also, guys,
emphasize that.
let's talk about this. Oda has directly stated that if there was a Yonko system within that day, or even a little after, God Valley and Tibet died, it would have been Roger, Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Shiki. Like people, we
Wait, what are
cannot
you saying?
underestimate Shiki. Shiki, right now, I believe Shiki is the third strongest on the Rocks crew.
Who's number two? Whitebeard?
Whitebeard.
Hmm. Wait, so you said Oda stated that? When he state that?
I think it would. Hold on. Let me go fact check myself because I believe it was in an SBS. Quick Google search.
We got to fact check you. Who knows? Smokey might be pushing propaganda, bro. I'm seeing some pro Shiki propaganda on my Discord. What is this about?
I mean, Shiki's been tied to this whole arc, so, like from the beginning, ever since like the thing showed up. Everyone was like, "Oh, is he gonna show up?" And they even thought like the shadowed figure was Shiki at first. Like we didn't like before, like we even saw that. We thought that.
No. I totally hear you, bro. I was actually thinking the same thing. The shadow. You're talking about the shadow sitting on the shore, right? With the alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. We thought Gabon was Shiki because of the out. Well, it was mainly also the outfit. Like you'd seen
Bro,
Gabon like wearing
sometimes,
stuff like that.
bro, wordplay, bro.
Oh,
Sometimes as One
oh,
Piece fans and theorists, we have to scrape for anything, dude.
oh.
I know. I got
I,
you.
fa- I found where it was from. Threevil.
What's the
It's
source?
from the Ace Light novel.
I was
Oh,
not expecting something like that. Ace light novel.
Yeah.
The Ace light novel, by the way, this is totally off topic, but if you guys haven't looked at the Ace light novel, if you guys haven't read it, the art in that is insane, bro. If you guys are like mega One Piece fans, you love One Piece, go read the Ace light novel. It is so fire. I think it shows how Ace got his fruit, right?
yes, it does. And meets his actual first mate. For the ace for the Spade Pirates.
Yeah.
I
It's been
forget
a
his
while,
name.
so I have no idea what his name is, bro. It's been so long since that, because the author of it was Boichi, which is the author of Dr. Stone, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I mean, I listen, if you're wanting like extremely like, hey, this is the reason, then I'm just gonna say it's more of a gut feeling, but that Ace light novel, what Oda was saying, like I just think Shiki was the third strongest on the crew at that time. And I really think he fought Rayleigh at God Valley.
Wait. I'm sorry. Who fought Rayleigh?
Shiki.
Hmm. Golden versus silvers.
Yeah, I agree.
Ah.
Also,
It only took me 30 minutes for me to get that, by the way.
and I even what is
You
it when
even
you put
emphasized it.
exactly? I said silvers.
Come on, bro. You know
No,
I'm
it's true
not.
because
I don't. You know I got that room temperature stuff going on, bro.
Regal
it's true.
out here being smooth brain.
It makes sense though, because Shiki
But
and Ray
you
should
so
be.
you get
Can
where
you
I'm
hear me
coming from
guys
now,
pretty well?
right, Regal?
Yeah, I get you. I'm sorry. What was that wordplay?
No, it wasn't me. It was SL.
Oh, it was SL. My bad. What's good, SL? Oh, SL.
Hello?
Yo, what's good, SL?
Oh, I was muted. Sorry. No, it's the phone audio because like it wouldn't let me use my earphone. So I don't know. Is the audio okay? Or
The audio is good.
Yeah, I can hear you. You're good.
yeah, I was just saying. Yeah, I think Shiki and Rayleigh are around the same strength, so it makes sense. And then Gabon, and then Silverax is Shiki's rival, and Gabon and Rayleigh are rivals, and then Silverax
Yeah,
is
silver and copper or copper
yeah.
bronze. Think about it like
And
that.
then they both use axes, and Shiki and Rayleigh both use swords, so it makes
Oh,
sense.
you're cutting out. You're going loud and then quiet.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I'm just out here, so I'm just outside again walking. But yeah, no, I was just saying like Silverax and Gabon use axes, and then Rayleigh and Shiki use swords, so it makes sense.
No, I see it.
Yeah.
At least they're like how would you like weapon users? They're like how would you word that?
Also, think of it like this, Threeble. Scopper, copper, bronze, silver. And as
Scopper. Wait, who's bronze? Oh,
like
Scopper would be bronze.
exactly.
Scopper,
And then
copper, bronze.
and then silver, silver axe. Silver and
Nice.
copper, gold and silver.
Copper, silver, gold. So is there a diamond? Diamond Jozu. He's the secret
Boom.
leader. He's the burn scar man.
Oh my god.
Bro.
That would be crazy if he
The
was
leader of the elements.
man.
The leader of the elements.
Diamond Jozu? I don't know. Hey, you know what? Oda needs to make hear me out, Vista. Oda needs to make Vista the burn scar man. This dude came out, was clashing with Mihawk, and then he just disappeared from the plot.
I'm glad you brought up Vista because Oda needs to do that run back from Marineford with Vista and Mihawk. Vista upscale.
Hey, Vista has to seek out Mihawk because he's the challenger. It's not Mihawk's job. He's the champion. He doesn't seek out. He's already proved his worth in his journey.
I'm sorry, proved his worth. Are you talking about a guy that's like at the desk, like Akainu? No, brother. I need to see some feats. I get the title. I want the feet. Okay.
Am I hearing Mihawk slander of all slanders?
Maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh,
I will-
man, Smokey,
I
you
will-
didn't tell me your smooth brain, bro.
Hey, you didn't get the silver and the gold reference I made earlier.
I plead the fifth, bro.
But anyways, you guys continue. I chipped in my little 3 cents in there.
That was good.
So-
Smokey, I 100% agree with you, by the way. I want to hear SL and Wordplay's vision. What is 1158? Not 1159, 1158.
I think 1158 will be a Davy back fight between Roger and Zebek.
Woo, that'd be awesome. That'd be
because
fucking awesome.
He's always like Zebek is always picking off like the strongest people, the strongest things, but we haven't actually paid attention to the fact that Shiki actually knows that Roger has some sort of secret weapon ever since Chapter 0 and the Battle of Ed's War. Like, he knows that there's something on that ship. So I think it might be ironic that the one thing in the anime that we don't see as soon as the Straw Hat Pirates. I'm sorry, wrong era.
I'm guessing you're about to talk about the egg, right?
Yeah, the egg is missing.
Okay.
It's not shown.
Can I be devil's advocate? Well, I'm not saying you're wrong, but let me be devil's advocate here.
You
We
saying you're
know
wrong.
how much of a troll Oda is. Like, when you look at the Sunny and the way that the Sunny is designed as a ship, how crazy would it be if that egg is just a decoration to this ship?
That would be funny, especially because it would absolutely be really funny because they're talking about like, man, Morgan's never gets it right, but then one of the crew members is like, yeah, totally, yeah, but Morgan was really one of the crew members on Roger's thing, glazing him up, and he's just like, yeah, it's crazy, huh?
Look at that. He said, Sonny, I got this today.
Oh, that's nice.
Man, who's driving that ship? Is Luffy and Usopp driving the ship? Nami about to freak out.
But
Yo, it actually has wheels. Like, I can roll this little race car.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's dope. Hey, is it one of those things like, like those toys where you can pull them back and the wheels will like click and then you let them go and the car shoots forward?
That'd be hilarious. I don't think it is.
But you get what I'm
even
talking
better
about,
one.
though, right?
Yeah.
This was from a recent release. It just released yesterday, and it was sold out completely because everyone here loves One Piece. But I managed to snag this, bro.
Yeah, the polar tank.
The polar tang, baby.
It's still.
Well, Blackbeard took it out, sadly, so.
Bro.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
Don't remind me that beautiful ship is now at the bottom of the ocean.
Nah, guys.
Actually, no. It's in
Law,
Davy
but
Jones's
Law had
locker.
it coming.
It's in
Law
Davy
had it
Jones'
coming.
Jones's locker.
Wait, guys. So what's the theory? Guys, what's Law's new ship gonna be? Guys, what's Law's new ship gonna be? The theories, prediction.
I don't think he's gonna get a new ship. I think I was about to say he's gonna align with Buggy because he's got no place to go.
Him and Beppo?
Warlords going with
Yes.
Warlords. And
Why about to become the infirmary division for Crosskill?
Hey, let Wordplay cook, bro. Let Wordplay cook. I heard that.
Well, it's also like his crew is very circus coded. Like every single character is circus coded. Like Beppo is literally the bear that would balance on the ball, and Law is basically like the magician that cuts people up and rearranges them.
Bro, why is that something Odo would actually?
And then the giant that he got from Fishman Island, the slave giant, that could be the strong man of the circus.
Exactly. Yeah. Like a lot of people don't get that Buggy's whole entire crew will be based upon like circus motifs, and like there's so many things. Like a lot of people don't know that Moria's new design is based off of a ventriloquist dummy, which is
Moria
joke.
and Verona for sure.
Yeah,
joining.
He's got like the stereotypical pants and like that, but it fits his fruit because that's what he's doing. He's puppeting corpses. He's literally making ventriloquist dummies out of people's like dead bodies with their shadows.
To go back to what Wordplay was saying before, he was talking about how Shiki was commenting on how Roger had like an ancient weapon or like a massive strong weapon or something like that. I think he was alluding to an ancient weapon, but it's interesting because that was at the same time we saw the egg on Roger's ship. So it makes you wonder, okay, like what is that ship? Well, it couldn't have been Shirahoshi because she wasn't born yet. They didn't have a Poseidon. And it seems like Pluton is slumbering under Wano, and there isn't another one somewhere. There's just one Pluton currently, unless hypothetically Frankie made like a Pluton 2.0 or something. So it just kind of alludes to the idea that if Shiki was saying that Roger has an ancient weapon, and that's true, then it must be something related to Uranus. But then that throws me for a loop because I've explained this many times. You guys could understand this on your own accord. But it seems like the world government has Uranus, and that's what they use to destroy Lucia. Given Vegapunk said it like over and over and over and over. He said it so many times that they had an ancient weapon.
So I had a theory about actually the weapon that they used. And I think it is an ancient weapon, but it's not. It's this one's a little bit interesting in terms of wait, actually, can you hold on 1 second? So one sec.
No problem.
And we now interrupt the chat of dummies to bring this sponsored message.
This sponsored message goes out to Instagram user O'Hara Defender with yet again another based upload, another based post. Make sure you follow O'Hara Defender for the most red-pilled One Piece memes and most unique memes. You'll never see memes and posts like this coming from Instagram, the greatest account. Follow O'Hara Defender.
Hey, somebody can take my turn real fast. I have to do something in the house. I'll be right back.
No problem.
Yeah, like the Uranus thing. It's like, well, people think it's like, oh, maybe it's the real one was like from the Birkins or the Sky Tribe or something because of the mural where it looks like an L ship but a little bit different. So maybe that's just what it actually looked like because again, Oda's a silhouette, so it could be that was what it was in the sky anyways, and we just couldn't see it. It was just black, so we don't know.
It looks exactly like NL ship, the Arcmax.
Yeah.
Like exactly. Like,
Yeah.
And you gotta wonder, like, how like NL knew how to make that. Like,
I know how. I'll tell you. This is what I think because it says, I forget where it is, but it says that he that when he was in the town in Berkeley before he left and like crashed the town and like destroyed it and left, he used to study like ancient like Birkin history and stuff. I'm guessing he found like the ship in the history he studied and maybe even the blueprints or some type of picture depicting it and then recreated it from that. That would be my guess. I mean, that makes sense. Like, you know. So
no, that's a fair take because it's interesting because the past few months I've went through Skypia's officials like over and over and over and over, trying to see like if I'm missing any dialogue, trying to figure out that exact problem. And the closest thing, like one of the more interesting things that I noticed from NL is that I think it was during the survival game, he was talking to maybe it was Robin actually at the beginning of the game. He told Robin, I want to go back home. But he was referencing the moon and he said back in Burka. So you got to think like he's saying, I want to go home, but back in Burka. So those must be two different things. He says back in Burka, we were told that the kami lives there, meaning the moon. So what he's basically saying is like, in my hometown of Burka, we know that God lives on the moon. And it makes you think like that's weird because NL is supposed to be the kami, but he's saying that the kami isn't him. It's actually on the moon. And then moreover, he knows that the title that kami is just a title for the leader or like the ruler of Skypiea. This isn't exactly connected to what you're saying, SL, but this is something very interesting that I noticed. And I think essentially what he's saying is that Nika, he's talking about Nika. I think Nika is like the supreme god or like the overarching ruling god. He's saying that Nika derives from the moon. And that would kind of answer a lot of different things in One Piece. Like, first of all, the whole cosmological scale, right? How there's a god of the sun rather than like sea or earth or whatever. And maybe they passed on this idea of Mother Flame, the OG Mother Flame, down to Earth. They passed down technology down to Earth. Maybe even the belief of Nika and the Nika fruit or something like that down to Earth.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
Anunnaki stuff.
it also says in the mural where it's like, I forget exactly what it says. It's been a while, but it's like talks about the full moon dreams or something like that. The people of the full moon dreams. And then if you look at like what they said about fairy birth, like Anel or whoever, they said it was a place of dreams or something like that. It was something along those lines. I forget the exact, but yeah, so that's pretty interesting. So there's definitely a lot connected to the moon and the Skypians that we don't know yet. Even when and like the moon races, because even when they talked about the forgotten races or whatever, and they showed Wiper and all of them, and the Three-Eyed Tribe and all that.
Man,
Like
I
a
also love
haircut?
Three-Eyed Tribe stuff.
Yeah. So there's definitely, so I do think that part of what the mural was talking about wasn't just the D clan. I think part of it was also talking about those races that they tried to wipe out, like the Lunarians, the Sky tribes, the Three-Eyed tribes, and everything. I think part of what it is talking about is not just the D clan, but it's actually symbolic in talking about those tribes because they also forgot the past. So the D tribe forgot, and they also forgot. So the whole scheme is like making everybody forget the past. So they just stay in a dream world, pretty much like stasis, pretty much.
Like
Kind of like,
Tsukiyomi, like
yeah,
Naruto.
yeah. So that's kind of like Emu's like plot of scheme of like making people forget everything.
So the interesting thing, another thought that I had like a few months ago is like when we look at NL's cover story of him going to the moon, which was Thriller Bark, we can see on the mural working on the robots, the automata or the Moonanites, the moon people, right? Which by the way, chat, when the Elbaf mural in 1138, was it? Yeah, in 1138, when it says moon people, the kanji for moon people is the exact same kanji used once in the story, and it was the kanji that they used for the little robots on the moon. So, in that cover story, when those like sky races were working on the moon people, we can see that their designs are Shandians, Birkins, and Skypians. So it's interesting how all three went down. The Skypians land and they make a land called Skypia. The Birkins land, they make a land called, or a city at least, called Burka. And then the Shandians land and they make a land called Shandora. But I think it's rather interesting that when we read through Nolan's flashback, especially in Skypia, it's very, very clear that Shandora is deeply connected to the ancient kingdom as well as Joy Boy, like extremely clear. So what I'm getting to is if the Shandians landed down in Jaya and made Shandora, and Shandora was so deeply important to the point where it's called a legendary capital, and it could be connected to the ancient kingdom, then maybe the name of the kingdom has something to do with the moon. And that could explain, like, that's why they were so advanced. They had races from the moon with advanced technology, advanced knowledge. Maybe it could be like Moon Kingdom. I posted this a while ago. Even Sailor Moon, I think they had a kingdom in Sailor Moon. It's called Moon Kingdom. Suki
Yeah,
no
they
Kun.
did. Yeah, they did.
So,
Yeah, well
like,
then,
this is really interesting. The moon people, half moon people, like we always get this imagery of the moon. And like we know that the dawn is very important. So maybe there's some kind of like philosophical, metaphorical meaning behind like the D clan bringing the dawn, but like the ancient kingdom was like the moon kingdom. Maybe there's some kind of like I don't know, yin yang thing.
Also, when Oda drew Blackbeard as a kid, he had him crying at the moon.
yeah, I also think there's like a dark side of the moon that has been subtly hinted but not fully presented yet or out or stated yet. Like I think there's like some significance and some symbology with like the dark side of the moon where it's like, yeah, like with Blackbeard, because like even in the introduction chapter with Blackbeard, it was like we saw that Luffy and him were opposites, and then on top of that, in one of the scenes on one of the buildings, it had like something, one of the labels, it said something like Dark Moon or something like that. So it was
I
just
agree.
like
I
it's just
agree.
interesting.
Could it
Yeah,
be?
so
Could it be a lunar
it's like I
eclipse
think it's a twist that Otis
or
wanted
new
to
moon?
show up randomly.
So
Like,
one other detail that I don't really see people address too much, at least from what I see, right? Maybe people have said or pointed this out, but it might be the case that the ancient kingdom is more of an empire, because we have kingdoms like Ryugu Kingdom, Fishman Island, connected to the ancient kingdom. We have
yeah,
places like Wano connected to the ancient kingdom, Shandora connected to the ancient kingdom. All these islands, in some cases, these islands are on the opposite side of the planet. So maybe
So
the
like
ancient
a
kingdom is
old
more of an
school
empire.
Ottoman
Yeah,
Empire kind of.
yeah, or like the Holy Roman Empire. It's more of an empire where it spans a huge amount of area, and maybe they have like certain hot spots for things. Maybe they have like a military base in this one location. They have a technology base in this other location. They have the poneglyphs made in this location, rather than like how, most of us always thought like, oh, the ancient kingdom was like a big island. It's probably more of an empire, and that's why their reach was so far opposite sides of the planet at times.
yeah, that's what I thought for years. It's hard to say exactly, but it's like, but it seems like the Shandorians were more in connection to people than the other tribes. Seems like the other tribes were more like isolated. It seems like
No,
only the
definitely.
Shandorians really got directly involved with like everybody else. Possibly, it's hard to say, but they were the ones that had the bell that Lily sent. So, and then they protected that bell from the invasions that Emu sent. So that means that they were in an alliance to where they got entrusted with the bell or whatever and died for it. So clearly, there's something that means something to them.
Yeah,
So
no,
that,
definitely. If you
yeah,
guys go back to Skypiea and refresh your mind to when Robin was making her way to Shandora, she's reading the ancient text, and it says like this kingdom thrived like 1300 years ago or something like that, and then it was destroyed 800 years ago. And then she even said, oh, this lines up just like the ancient kingdom or the void century or something like that.
Yeah, three. That was in that was back when Robin was exploring those ruins. Is that where the
Yeah,
guy showed up and she got pissed? She was like, "Don't destroy history."
yes,
That
exactly.
okay. Now I remember exactly
Yeah,
what you're
so
talking about.
her dialogue, if you guys are reading it closely, it's very, very obvious that it's connected to the ancient kingdom. And then they go on to say that this was the legendary capital, and we know that it was like a city of gold. But then it's like, wait, I thought Wano was a country of gold, or Wano used to be a land of gold. And then obviously Wano had connections to Joy Boy, especially what we see at the end of the Wano arc. They had Pluton, poneglyphs. So but I'm sorry, to get back on Shandora.
Weaver.
Shandora, I 100% agree. It's way, way more connected to the ancient kingdom than any other island, and it's kind of overlooked, honestly.
That's why I think that Skypiea and Jaya specifically, because before it got disconnected, it was one island. And we know the lore from Vegapunk that the continents were broken apart into fragments and turned into islands. So I think that in the past, Jaya was a part of something bigger, and I think that Jaya actually was moved from where the Holy Land is, because the Holy Land's on top of the Red Line on that one side. But I think that Jaya drifted off / was pulled away. Well, my theory is that the continent puller lore has to do with Jaya. I think the continent
So,
puller
what
moved
do you guys
island.
think about
Moved land.
Willard Bart being a part of somewhere else before? That's been
I have
a
the
that's been a theory
I have
also.
the video. I have that video of it being a part of God Valley. That's why there was rocks pirates everywhere in a Coliseum.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's why I brought it up. I've seen people say that before, but I was thinking about that theory video you made.
I want to bounce back to what SL was talking about, Jaya and the Holy Land. I don't know. I'm kind of like running through that in my mind because, like, in Wano, they weren't clear as to when the Lunarians were driven out of the Red Line. I don't know. Because you know,
See,
like the
and
Lunarians lived where Marijwa was.
right,
Yeah.
and but the thing is like the red line seems more like a catastrophe that occurred, that things were different, the landmass was different, like the world was different in the past before like the red line emerged or whatever happened. And Jaya didn't necessarily have to be like connected to where the Holy Land now is, but it could have been on the sea below where the red line is, because below the red line underwater is Fishman Island, but there's other islands nearby like Saboti, which is pretty close by. It's not that far from Fishman Island and the Holy Land. So I think that Jaya could have been a part of that, especially because
And
what
then
I think
on the
they
opposite
said
side,
they
you
said the
got
holy
Comcast.
trees. Yeah, like in the lore, when the woman explained about their past, they're like the white holy trees. They guided the ancestor soul. The belfry guided their souls to the trees so that they wouldn't be like taken captive or whatever. So like to me, it makes me think of my Eve, like the Eve tree theory that I have, where I think like that the tree potentially was absorbing basically the souls and things of people, and then transforming them into devil fruits, and that's where they originally came from. And so if the belfry was saving them, then it was guiding them away from the tree, because probably Emu was using the tree to turn people into devil fruits or something like that. Or it happened and Emu took charge of the tree. Maybe somebody else did it and Emu took it over, took control of it. They set up base on the Holy Land for a reason. It's obviously very important. So
You know,
Isn't there
when I
like
think
a?
about how, go ahead, Vincent.
I was gonna say, wasn't there like a tree in Japanese mythology that's like this whole premise on that, like some kind of tree that's made out of people's flesh and souls or something?
In Japanese mythology, I do remember something about demon trees, like where trees would eat people, but like a big tree, like a Yggdrasil tree in Japanese mythology. I'm not so sure, Vincent, but I do think there is one. I just don't remember.
Well, maybe we got the context wrong about it. Maybe it's not Sun Tree Eve, it's Soul Tree Eve.
Hmm.
maybe it's
Yeah,
both.
because
It's both.
there's tree yokai in Japanese folklore.
I don't,
So
and when I say that, I'm not saying that the tree is like evil in and of itself. I'm saying that it's been used for evil or for a purpose, not necessarily that it's like evil in and of itself. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I
yeah,
look at it.
well, I brought up the trees just for like the Japanese mythology and folklore. God
Yeah,
dang, I cannot talk.
How I personally see like islands in One Piece is the tides were rising as we were told. So islands nowadays are basically mountaintops. Do you guys feel the same way?
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah.
think some could be like
yeah,
Amazon Lily looks like it could be a mountaintop.
So
yeah,
like
for sure.
when Vegapunk said that he was researching in the past and he saw how the tides rose by like 100 meters or something and now it's rising again. I was thinking like, okay, so the tides were a lot lower. Well, if the tides of if they're on people are on land right now, but the tides were lower and then there was land down here. So you're basically telling me people live on mountaintops now, which is kind of what happened to Wano, right? Because they were living at the bottom of Wano and then they had to go up the mountain.
Yeah, and there's a possibility that that like Mount Fuji or whatever in Wano, it looks white. So I think it even possibly could have been a white tree long ago, like an ancient tall tree that was cut down. Same with Sphinx Island. If you look at Sphinx Island, Whitebeard's island where he grew up and where Marco lives, it there's a large white tree on the island, like a huge white tree that was just cut off. I think there's a huge significance to like white trees and stuff from the past for sure.
Yeah, I know that Shandora thing
I
is
mean,
definitely.
the whale tree is a white tree, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. The whale tree is also a white tree, and it's connected to the whale as
And a
well, which
white whale.
It's a white
Moby Dick.
tree?
it's a white
Moby Dick.
whale tree. It's both. So it's both a whale and a white tree in one. So it's super significant because it has two different things that are reoccurring patterns in One Piece. So
Speaking of Moby Dick, Threeville, let me ask you: has Oda made any references to Captain Ahab?
Captain Ahab? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Moby
That's the
Dick.
guy that hunted down Moby Dick.
Moby Dick.
I have no clue, bro. I have no idea.
Captain Ahab was the protagonist in the book that hunted down the white whale.
Oh, I didn't read Moby Dick. I was reading Dr. Seuss, Cat in the Hat, Captain Underpants. That's what I was reading.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, green eggs
Green
and
eggs
ham.
and ham.
No, I won't, Sam.
I remember
I
the
do not
Captain
want your green
Underpants.
eggs and ham.
Bro,
Martin
Captain
Here's the Who.
was so
Dude, when I
fire,
was a
man.
little kid, I
Page
drew
was
my own version. When I was a little kid, I drew my own version where you do like the flip, where it's like the moves, where it was like, I don't know, like there's one parts where they like hit them and it's like a slow mo where you like flip it. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you have to put your
remember
thumb and flip the page.
that.
I did
Yeah.
a school project where I had to make my own comic as a kid. I used
That
like all
reminds me of
different
Captain
different
Underpants, the
variations of it.
Clickorama.
Like I was
Hey, Vince, you
combining.
gotta show us that.
Hmm?
You need to go find it and take pictures and show us.
Oh, I lost that shit years ago.
Ah, that would have been some Vincent lore, bro. Third
It
grade
was.
comic book drawings.
It wasn't even that special. It was like trying to combine Yu-Gi-Oh with Family Guy.
Wait, what?
I know it was.
What?
It was.
What
I was
kind
trying
of
to do the best
cross?
of both worlds, and it didn't work out that well.
That is the most
Yu-Gi-Oh!
random
Yu-Gi-Oh!
cross
I'm
verse I've
saying,
ever
but
heard.
Family Guy? You must be
Bro,
young.
I've been
dude.
watching Family Guy every night. I'm not even gonna lie. I watched the Star Wars parody they did
The
yesterday.
trilogy is hilarious. The Star Wars trilogy is hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's definitely top tier.
Amazon lily exists because the Amazon forest was destroyed by men, so the women crushed all the men, and there you go, says Dorandel.
I had like a random thought the last stream, but I didn't get the chance to say it about Amazon Lily. It was like, because people had these theories where they're like, what if Lily, like, that went missing? What if that she's the one that founded Amazon Lily? So she was like cut off and she wasn't able to get back, or she didn't want to get back to her people for
Like she
some
was the
reason.
first Amazon in Amazon Lily.
And possibly if she actually got body swapped, then she would have been in a different body, a new body, and then she would have gone to Amazon Lily in a new body, and then created Amazon Lily. Maybe she was cursed there, and what if that has to do with why they can't have men there or something, or like why there's like this like mythological like force field or something of whatever, you know,
Well,
that they can't have men.
the one thing about that I wouldn't put past Oda is that Oda is 100% gonna do something special for Amazon Lily. I mean, just look at where we are right now with Shocky and God Valley. I'm getting
Actually,
Helen of Troy vibes. You know what I mean? And Amazon Lily is based off the Amazon Greek mythology. I'm
right now,
sure.
go ahead.
Oda needs to get us out of this Amazon Lily stuff, bro.
Dude,
Right
it's
now,
shocking.
right now, God Valley's looking like the Battle of Troy, with Shocky being the center of
Yeah,
it all.
that's what
Look.
I just said. I said that she was Helen of Troy.
I think it's
Bro.
gonna have like multiple things overlapping. Even if Shacky's involved, I don't think it's just gonna be that.
I think Shocky's more involved than we
I
think.
don't like that. I think it's gonna have something more important, deeper to the world. But I will say, if Shocky had the Mero Mero no Mi, she would take over the world. Everybody's cooks. Like it's over. GG. Like it's done. Like literally, bro. Who's stopping her, bro? Emo's getting cooked. Like it's done. Like,
I mean, imagine if she had Boa's devil fruit.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Boa's
I
devil.
thought you said that. I thought
We
you
wouldn't be
said
bowing to a
Oh
king;
wait,
we'd
I
be
said
bowing
that.
to
Did
a
I say
queen.
that?
I thought you said Mara no Me, so I thought you were
The
talking about
Mero?
Aces.
Isn't it Mero? Or the, maybe I'm getting it wrong.
Mero.
Isn't the Mero is the flame fruit, right? And then Mero.
Mero is the other one.
Yeah, exactly. Mero. Yeah, Mero. That's what I was saying. It sounds similar. So
Yeah, I was thinking like if she had Aces fruit, that'd be busted. I still agree with you. GG's.
I just call that the snake fruit mythical zone model Medusa, because what other power would have that?
Yeah,
I
I
have no
mean,
idea.
I can see what you're saying with the Medusa, you know, allegories and stuff, metaphors. Because
And it,
like I was saying a few minutes ago, Vincent, like Amazon Lily is obviously very entrenched in Greek mythology.
yeah.
So
And so far, everything
Yeah.
about the Holy Knights we know so far is kind of Greek mythology.
It's also
Yes,
the same as like
Cerberus with Shamrock. Yeah, you're right.
it's also like Legend of Zelda, which is also Japanese with like the what are they? What was the woman colony called or whatever? The I forget what their name is in Legend of
Oh,
Zelda. They're like
I know
Amazonian.
what you're talking about.
The
I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of their
They're
name.
kind of Amazonian. The character I think you're thinking of is like a dark-skinned woman with
Yeah,
red hair.
exactly.
Like a
Right,
dark
and they're
elf.
like in the desert. They're like in the desert a lot and stuff. I can't think of their name though. And they also like don't have men. If they have a man, they like instantly make him the king because it's so hyper rare.
Wasn't the one dude that was born from that tribe like the main
Yeah, one of
antagonist?
the main enemies. Yeah, Ganondorf. Yeah,
He was like a grand wizard or something.
yeah, he was like
I don't,
yeah,
now that we're talking about Zelda,
Gerudo. Yeah,
Emu has a lot of Ganondorf vibes. Do you agree, SL?
what is it?
Emu has a lot of Ganondorf vibes. You know, being he can do magic or devil stuff. You know, magic devil
Kinda.
stuff, splitting hairs. I think they
He
have
has
some
the
similarities.
Triforce.
Old fashioned emu voodoo.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just
Emu.
interested to see what Emu looks like because, I mean, Oda's still doing the silhouette, so clearly they have to look like
I want it to
somebody
be
we know.
I want it to be someone with a very small head, but they have to wear
Small,
that big crown.
small head, big ego.
I've also seen ideas. Uh, I've also seen ideas. Shout out Saab. I think he's the one that came up with this, but if not, and it was a popular theory, I get it. So because Emu is in the flower garden, how crazy would it be if Emu is actually a plant person, and that's why he couldn't leave the flower garden
What if
part of
emu
the time?
is the sun tree Eve?
Oh. Oh.
I like that.
I mean,
Maybe.
we've seen that the woodwood fruit's a thing, so why not have the main protagonist be a literal tree named Eve?
What is he gonna fill Luffy
that would
with
be cool.
chlorophyll?
I
Well, the
mean,
reason why I brought up the flower is you guys remember Nolan. He
Photosynthesis.
had like a chestnut or something growing out of his head, didn't he?
yeah,
That one.
So
Wait, are you talking?
it's not a
Wait.
crown, it's actually a plant
Zero
leaf, giant
Village.
leaf.
Hello, I'm back.
Yo,
Hey.
what's good, wordplay? Hey, really quick. Smokey, I'm gonna have to disagree. Emu needs to have a really big head, like Stewie or like an alien.
Okay,
uh,
Make
can see
Emu
it
look
go
like an
either
alien,
way.
bro. You know the
I can see it go
stereotypical
either
gray
way.
alien with a huge head.
Just has a big
Honestly-
football head when the big reveal happens.
Yeah,
Honestly, I
exactly.
kinda saw-
Stewie, bro.
I kind of saw the crown as like more of a Sauron reference. Like he is the tower.
Sauron, what is that?
The one
Lord
ring
of the
to rule them
Rings.
all.
Oh, that
Lord of
looks
the Rings.
sick, bro. That's like the Daedric armor.
Yeah. Like with just how Lord of the Rings works, I could see a lot of similarities that Oda would put some things in his story about that. And kind of like the One Piece is kind of being like the one ring to rule them all, kind of allegory. We're trying to find that too.
Wait, what does the ring do?
The ring makes you invisible. It has everything go after you. Like every
Yeah.
dead creature Sauron
So
conjures up, it
in
chases.
the lore, Lord of the Rings,
he made
there
the ring.
was rings given to each tribe: the dwarves, the elves, and man. And there was 3 that were given to the elves, 7 that were given to the dwarves, and 9 that were given to man. And the one
I thought
ring,
9 were given to the elves.
no, it was only 3.
Oh, okay.
The 9 were given to man. And basically, the one ring was the one that could command all. It was the one thing that would make all listen to the one bearer of the one ring.
So you controlled people.
Yeah, it was like a corruption thing. But he made the rings and then he planned it all out to take over the world pretty much.
Yeah.
But
So
he
would
put
that
his
mean? So would
he
that
like
mean that? Sorry.
put his
I'll let you-
essence inside of the ring. Like he like put part of his power and essence in the ring, which weakened him. But when he wears it, he's still like powerful. But when he doesn't have the ring, he's a lot weaker because he put his essence in the ring. So
Would the ring be in the form of the mark of the beast then?
It could be, but there was also
Well,
a big. There was also a
Guys,
big.
I got it. Something I gotta admit. I've seen Lord of the Rings and I read it, but like the war and all that and studying it,
It's
just ask
expansive.
me about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Just ask me about Harry Potter. I'm a little lost where you
I
guys
mean, in a
are.
way, Emu's the same way with Voldemort. He's he who shall not be named
Yeah, okay,
or
so
mentioned.
do you think he could have split his soul like Voldemort?
I
Like
mean, he's
into
doing it
one
now
part?
by
I don't.
controlling Gunko.
I
Yeah, yeah,
feel
yeah.
Emu might be multiple people within the same body, but it's from different generations. Like first generation, that's a soul. Second generation, that's a soul. And
How
like
do the
third,
souls get removed and put back in?
I
well,
don't think they're removed. I think they get stuck in there.
I think
And
they
they're
keep.
just,
I think they're getting stacked on top of each other like an actual tower.
it's like with Apocalypse from X Men. You have a soul transfer for the next body, and you gain that person's
Yeah,
power.
which would make sense how Emu has been able to live for centuries and still do this. It's just people that keep getting stacked on top of each other, and their
In
lives
that
expand.
Apocalypse movie for X-Men, wasn't he trying to get Professor X, Xavier
Yes,
Charles,
he was trying
and
to get
see?
telepath power so he
Yeah,
could
he
control
wanted
the
to
whole
tell.
world.
Yeah, he wanted telepathic powers.
I like the
Uh,
One Piece being a Dragon Ball. I still think that'd be great.
Oh yeah, like I still
A little
love.
homage to Toriyama. You know
Yeah,
I don't hate it.
well you know my thoughts on the dragon thing because I went on a whole tirade the first time I was on here.
Celestial Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
Celestial Dragon Balls.
it would be really funny that the celestial dragons were like, "Ew, real dragons? No, we're the gods. Get out of here!" And that's
They're
what
God's
happened.
chosen people.
It could be
Yeah.
why Loki thinks he's a real sun god because he actually is a dragon.
Yes,
That would be
yeah,
crazy.
actually,
There are dragons in Norse myths. So if he did have like a
yeah.
dragon fruit connected to a Norse myth, that would be awesome.
Well, his
I was
mother,
thinking kind of like Fafnir, because isn't
yeah.
that like one of the guardians of Norse
Well,
mythology?
Fafnir was a dwarf that basically went after treasure, and constantly doing that. Loki, actual Norse god Loki, found out about that and was like,
Transformed him
"Well,
into a dragon, right?
yeah,
Is
exactly." And
Wouldn't the, wouldn't you say the Galileo giants would be considered as the dwarves of Elbaf?
yeah, they would.
I
In a
mean
Why?
certain way,
they got
because
frozen in time. So yeah. Like
Aren't they
I
the
think
biggest and strongest ones?
that didn't really specify that, but I
I
more
mean,
saw the Forger village as more of the dwarves. Like they were the ones with like the hammers in Elbath that were creating stuff. And were
like
able
Brock and Sindri from the God of War franchise.
exactly.
yeah.
But what I was gonna say is literally Loki's mother has the properties of a dragon. Like her whole entire personality is dragon like. Hey,
Even her aesthetic looks dragon because like in some myths, there are some myths out there that dragons have the power to shapeshift and change themselves into human form. I think they've done it in cartoons. I think they've done it in mythology. So that would be kind of cool, you know. Like I do get what you're saying. Like her aesthetic, her personality would
yeah,
reflect a dragon in this sense of the word.
and
And
She could
maybe
I
be the
want to.
most evil woman
I
in
do
One
want
Piece.
I do want to point something out that I wonder if there was one thing that Zebek got wrong. What if there is no mythical devil fruit? And they're just mistaking dragons like an actual real life dragon like myth like genealogy for like a power that turns you into that. And he mistook it because Elbaf is so far removed from the rest of the world, he didn't know the difference. He knows a lot, but it would get to show like where the blanks are and how cocksure he is of doing some things. He would be
So,
like, oh
so
yeah,
I have an idea. I have an idea. Like you mentioned Loki's mom, like dragon aesthetics and all that. What if the ancient giants? I know that we connect them to the Oni, but let me take a second and like dragons have horns, dude. You know, it's like part of their design. Some of them have horns, so like, how crazy would it be if ancient giants actually had dragon DNA in their blood?
I mean, that might not be too off the mark.
Yeah, because one of the most interesting things that I will say is that ancient giants. I'm going to be honest. I thought that the mark of an ancient giant was the horns, and then here comes Loki's mother just disproving that stigma. She just
Well,
walked in, and I was like,
I think
"What the heck?"
I think it really depends on the breed of ancient giant because if you look at Ors and you look at Loki and Harold, they have two different kinds of horns.
Hmm.
That's true.
Yeah.
Also, with Loki's mom not having horns, you know, like it obviously like she should have horns. Like I could see that, but like we could put it to a gender differences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Male and
that's bro. I
female
was about to
dragons
say
look
that.
different.
Maybe Oda's like pushing misogyny and like the girls don't get the horns or something.
But they do though. We've actually seen a black horned little girl,
Ah,
Johanna from
dang
the
it.
class.
Theory debunked.
Yeah.
Boom, already debunked. Let me shut up.
We need to get wordplay out of here so I could cook some more nonsense.
Damn
I
it!
agree.
Don't close the mouth on the shark. Don't do it.
Smile, you son of a.
So, like with the dragon stuff, I mean, there are two different types of dragons. I don't know if that like matters at all with the conversation.
I really wanted to put something forward that I feel like a lot of people haven't been talking about because we from how the thing works and like how I was trying to say earlier about how Zebek might do a Davy back fight and like he might actually take the egg. Maybe that it would be ironic that literally Loki has dragon's blood and for him to find out, oh yeah, I need this, but because Zebek is so like hard-headed, he goes, I already told him no so many times. How am I gonna look when it go, hey, I need you because your dad keeps saying no.
Just bring a child to God Valley ready for war.
I
Exactly.
think Zebek literally might could have succeeded if he had just taken Loki, dog.
Yeah, he could have
I
because
mean, he's already the size of a regular giant as a child anyway, so might as well.
And he has Harold's blood, so theoretically, you know, Zebek saying, "Hey, I want Harold to eat this fruit." What can Harold do that Loki potentially can't do when he gets older?
Mhm. And
I
So,
guess Harold just mainly had age over Loki.
there
I mean,
yep.
hell, I mean, Loki was already like in his 20s by the time he came to Elbaf, so that shouldn't have been an issue. I mean, technically, yes, he's still a kid, but
Well, I say
But
kid
you
because
don't
he
think like Harold
aesthetically
would have
looks
beat
like a
child
kid.
Loki
and by that logic, Bonnie shouldn't
at
join the
some
group either
point?
because she's underage.
No,
Who,
I'm saying that's why I
Bonnie.
said kid. You know,
bro?
aesthetically,
Bonnie's not
he
beating
looks like a
Harold.
kid, even though he's like 20 years old.
Not even she turns him into a kid. I don't see that happening either.
Kid Harold will still beat Bonnie.
No, I was
I
talking
guess we
about
could.
Bonnie joining the crew because she's technically a child.
Oh, she
Oh
I
well, maybe I lost track of the conversation.
Yeah, I think I lost. Wait.
He means age, like size and everything. Like,
I
gross.
I feel like
Oh, okay.
I still feel like Bonnie has a shot, but it's going to be in a different connotation, like everything else. Because I've
I can
noticed
see her being a Grand Fleet general.
I one of the big
What
I
things
could
ship
that
would
also
she even
see her
be?
being a princess, the
Probably
same way
the new,
Butter
probably the new
Mikado was.
giant pirates,
No way. That's gonna
yeah,
be. That got to
or
be like
crew that,
rooted in Loki.
Colin would be like,
or
I
maybe the
want to be
crew
the
of humans that
captain.
are in the underworld with Loki.
The dogs,
Yeah,
the wolves.
There is one like the with Oda trying to fix Kuma and all this happening recently. After Egghead and how monumentous that was. That was sure like a tone. That was such like a tone shift of just being like, I'm gonna try to fix Kuma. Also, Vegapunk is sort of alive, but not really. But it's
Yeah, we
To
haven't
be
seen
honest, I was
either
really
hair of them
thinking of
since the
a
beginning.
guy during Egghead.
Well,
I
don't forget the end of Egghead. We saw the Vegapunks fly up to the sky because they shot up Punk Records or whatever, and
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like, "Oh, we're still alive. We're gonna continue doing our thing." So don't
Well, those
forget.
are
I mean,
technically androids, so they could come back whenever they want. None of them are, all except for
yeah, so
Lilith,
like
I think, are made of human.
Vegapunk isn't really dead because I mean, like Vegapunk's being presented as like these 6 people split up. I guess like
also,
what Wordplay is saying is like Stella,
guys,
like
Yeah.
is
also
Stella dead or not?
isn't there
Slow-
a android of young Vegapunk that Lilith wants to put Vegapunk's
that
Yeah,
brain
Oh
or
back
yeah,
whatever?
that's
from
what
yeah,
I'm
20
talking
years
about.
ago.
That's what I'm talking about. Like with that idea of like putting him in there.
This would have been the Vegapunk Harold knew right before his execution.
Yeah, and I personally wonder because okay, everything that Vegapunk invents has a flaw. So I wonder if this clone is basically gonna come to like existence for a short bit because I don't think it was
Every
made to live for long.
everything that Vegapunk makes has a flaw. That's interesting. So what could the flaw be of the Mother Flame? Sorry, I got to take you on a quick right now since I'm
Yeah.
going off that idea. If everything he creates is flawed, like Momo's fruit, the dragon on Punk Hazard,
I
because he's a
person
perfectionist, what could the Mother Flame uh fatal flaw be, so to speak?
it's just a flame. It's not a sun. Because the idea about that is that Lilith has been like from the beginning is just like I want to create a sun, but the way that they're saying about the mother flame is that it's not exactly what they wanted. It's what they need right now, but for the absolute maximum destruction, and probably that's the whole point. A flame is easily doused. A sun goes on for a very long time and has a longevity of like power.
Yeah, until it eventually explodes in a supernova.
Yeah, which is the whole point of York going, yeah, did you like the little taste that I gave you? Which means that that's all that they could possibly make. They can make multiple power sources, but it's not the longevity of a sun.
And
It
who
also
knows
might
if
be the core of the planet, so the eternal
Yeah.
flame.
How
Ex-
cool would it be if the Mother Flame was powered by a phoenix? Since phoenix flames are eternal.
that,
possibly.
like the sun is actually just a giant phoenix egg.
I'm probably like on the same line of thinking as Wordplay though. Like there's a lot of like allusions to the sun. Is illusions the right word? There's a lot of connections to the sun, and then like there was like
There's
such a
also
big focus on like Nika this or Egghead as well.
Mhm.
Well, there's similarities to Avatar too with One Piece because the dragons went extinct in Avatar, and then
Oh,
the
yeah, the
dragons,
Oh,
Fire Nation
Yeah.
the
dragon.
dragons,
I don't
the
know.
dragons,
I just
the
remembered.
dragons
I don't.
Avatar
created the
Roku
eternal
had the
flame.
last dragon.
mhm.
Yeah,
I don't know if I ended up posting this on Twitter. Maybe I did, like a few months ago. But the thing is about like nuclear energy, right? You can either have nuclear division or nuclear I
Fusion.
forgot.
Fusion
Nuclear
or
fusion,
fission.
right? So with the
There's
sun, it could be you can harvest energy from it through nuclear fusion. I think it would be on a perfect scale. But then when it comes to like nuclear weapons, that'd be nuclear fission, if I'm not mistaken. So when the US and like our world, the real world, were developing the nuclear technology, they took this idea of nuclear energy, nuclear power, and rather than using it for nuclear fusion to power things up, they used it as nuclear fission to make explosions and blow things up. So I was thinking like perhaps when it comes to Mother Flame, the reason why it's imperfect in Vegapunk's opinion, in his eyes, right? Because I just want to point out really quick, Momo's fruit is only imperfect because it's pink. And a lot of people would look at that and be like, bro, it's close enough, right? But
But if he
when
awakens it, then You could say it's perfection.
Yeah, or that too. But going back to Mother Flame, maybe it's not even something too drastic. Maybe it's something minor to where Mother Flame or Vegapunk made is nuclear fusion in the nuclear power in the nuclear fusion state. And the reason why he thinks it's imperfect is because he wants to find out how to harvest raw nuclear energy like the sun.
Like true cosmic radiation.
Or yeah, or maybe he has nuclear energy, right? He figured that out, but he doesn't know how to like farm it perfectly. He doesn't know how to my brain's not working. He
This
doesn't know
makes me
how to
think.
he doesn't
Sorry.
know how to utilize this energy perfectly. And that's how this so-called ancient weapon destroyed the Lucia, right? With Mother Flame. It used nuclear fission and it blew up Lelucia. But he thinks it's imperfect because he can't figure out how to funnel the nuclear energy perfectly to a perfect nuclear fusion to power things up. And that's why in the beginning of the arc, he made such a big deal about how there's all this energy around us. And like it was very bright. Oda made it so like there was light shining off his clothes and off his face. Like he wanted to, he knew something. He had like a glimpse in his mind about nuclear energy. And he thinks like nuclear energy being used into nuclear fusion would be able to power up things and they would stop going to war, which is another statement Vegapunk made. All these islands, all these countries are going to war over resources. If only we had a resource that could just farm everything, be used for everything.
Well,
and it would be like Oda pointing to the real world as well, where what do we see? We still have wars, or at least so-called wars, of countries going to war over oil, going to war over petrol, all these resources, right? But
sounded like
and then by the same token, we're taking nuclear energy and we're not using it to power civilization. We're not using it to
or
stop the
when
wars of resources. We're instead using this nuclear energy for nuclear fission to blow each other up.
yeah,
it sounded like Nikola Tesla, because that's what Nikola Tesla was trying to do with have the infinite energy for everybody to use with the Tesla towers, and it seemed like he succeeded, but they didn't want that. So
yeah.
They didn't want that, to say the least.
See,
While we're on
And they didn't like that.
see, in my mind. Sorry, go ahead. Whoever was talking.
Agora they didn't like that. Sorry.
Yeah. While we're on
Yeah.
the topic, I wanted to actually like, because I got interrupted earlier, I wanted to actually bring up like what I was talking about in terms of the weapon that blew up Lucia. I partially wonder, like how I said, it was the weapon, but it wasn't. How Emu's current powers work is that they seem to open a book and they take weapons out of a book. So I wonder if the idea of their power is to recreate weapons that they've had, because the idea about it is that it got dark and then it showed up like dark clouds and
Like he summoned a dark sky ship from the book.
yeah, the
He
book
summoned
like
the
it
Death
was
Star.
yeah, like he literally took out the blueprint of Uranus and made it real.
He,
So
he
that-
took the blueprint out of my what?
out
Your
of the book.
What?
You said Uranus instead of Uranus.
Oh,
I'm
Uranus.
Damn, that doesn't seem like it would feel good.
I mean, it appeared just as fast.
It's a bitch going back in.
But
Dang.
yeah, and with the scene that they
In the
showed,
prison
like
wallet?
Emu,
hopefully for their sake, it wasn't a big ass ship.
wordplay. I'm so
that would hurt.
sorry. I'm
it's
sorry.
fine. It's
First
fine.
rule of prison. First rule of prison: always check the anus.
Good, but I do wonder if the idea about that, because the one thing that I remember that they wanted to constantly focus on and not like finding the actual weapons that are already made, like they're just like, no, find the blueprints, find the blueprints, find the blueprints. And it wasn't by any like like government agency in particular, it was the five elders, and the five elders always want to do what Emu wants. So Emu wants those blueprints for Pluton. So I wonder if the
Ah,
idea.
chat. L ain't gonna join. He's scared. He's scary. Because he knows as soon as he shows that face card, it's over. Those
Yeah.
memes, it's changed. The whole dynamic will change.
Yeah,
Come on, L. Don't be scared. Come on.
but like I was saying, the idea of focus on blueprints rather than like the focus of blueprints rather than doing that. You could say that like they could remake it, but honestly, with the idea of how you're saying about like the constant pulling away of materials away from other people, I'm not sure that they could. So possibly the reason why it was always possible for Emu to pull this out of the book, they could, but they didn't have the power source, the mother flame. So
Yeah,
it was
yeah, I
always just an empty
100%
shell.
agree.
If I could
Yeah.
interject with that, with what Wordplay said, I think this could also be the reason why they really wanted Loki. Because going back to what Mr. Matthews said a few weeks ago, he talked about how Loki could have the sun fruit, and that could be the power source Emu's looking for to power Uranus, kind of like how NL powered the Arc Maxim back at Skypiea, like a conduit.
Yeah, there could like it really could like he could also there I've seen so many theories about that, but like I would also think of like another mythical character or creature that could use a sun too. Like Logia matches a lot, and we all want a Logia for the crew. We know.
Yeah, we
We
have
do.
0 Logias.
Yeah, we have 0 Logias with no Logia representation.
Unless you count Zeus, which is technically Paramecia.
Yeah.
Uranus
But-
was promised to Emu 3,000 years ago. But I agree with you. I think the reason why they haven't used that ancient weapon until Lelouch is because they didn't have the energy for it. So that makes me think like, okay, because like the same kind of question you had, like, okay, well, how do they get this weapon? You were mentioning the book and stuff like that. Or we could go off on go through another path, another road to where Joy Boy made an apology for all these types of things that he failed to do. And maybe one of the things that he failed at was allowing one of the ancient weapons to get into the hands of his enemies. So the world government, maybe they managed to grab Uranus and hold on to it this whole time, and they just never had an energy source for it. Maybe that was even part of the reason they were trying to. Well, no, I was going to say they could maybe part of the reason they hired Vegapunk and had him do all the things he did was because they wanted him to power it up. But that wouldn't really work because Vegapunk snuck behind their back and started diving into all of this. So that wouldn't make sense.
I know this is like a super serious topic, but I just imagine Joy Boy like they had like they finally got him, but then they're just like, all right, what do you want? And then they get it out of the camera and they're just like, go ahead. And he goes, all right, hello, I'm sorry for all the things that I've done. Like a fake apology video.
Like
It's
a
just it's just
like a joke, like a Bill Clinton apology.
Yeah.
I
Just
did
like,
not. See,
I
when
did
you said
not
Bill
have
Clinton,
sexual
I
relations
immediately
with that
thought of
woman.
Quagmire.
Moo isn't a bad person. In fact, I am going to give him my car. Goes on, gets Uranus, and gives it to him.
I was thinking of the Family Guy parody they did where they made Quagmire be Bill Clinton, and he was like, I did not gagoogity her geschmoigen.
And I am sorry.
And I am sorry.
Whoa, that sounded just like him. Who just did that?
That was that was me.
It sounded exactly like Quagmire.
Giggity, giggity.
Giggity, giggity. Giggity goo.
All right.
Who else but
Alright.
Quagmire?
He's
Bro,
Quagmire.
is more. I think Quagmire is
Never
more
really know what
unhinged
he's
than the
gonna do
old
next.
guy. You know the old guy in
Mr.
Family
Herbert?
Guy that's always like messing
Herbert
with
the
the younger
pervert?
guys?
Mr. Herbert?
Yeah, bro, Quagmire is worse.
I mean,
Yeah,
to be fair, at least he goes after people his own age sometimes.
I've never seen
See.
that.
It's questionable, but
I mean, he did try
Yo,
to go
I
after
was
his own
watching
daughter, so that's one terrible thing.
I was
yeah, I
watching
remember.
Family
I
Guy
remember that
yesterday.
episode.
I was watching Family Guy yesterday, and I saw the episode of or maybe it was the day before yesterday. I saw this episode where Cleveland had to take care of the children, like the Griffins or whatever, because Peter had to like go to jail or he was going to court. He lost custody of his kids, and
Oh yeah, because he was
Meg,
he
Oh,
was
that's an
mentally
early
unfit to take
season
care of them. That was when
episode.
he
mentally
was
unfit.
labeled.
Yes, mentally unfit. And Meg is downstairs in Cleveland's house with a bunch of like underage girls, and Quagmire's
And he's
behind the
behind the
couch,
couch. Yeah, with a
slowly
big.
coming up. Yo, this dude's completely unhinged.
Yeah,
And later in the
there's
episode,
there's another episode where he's in Meg's closet with a film camera, and she's up there with like a friend or something, and like he was in there
oh
with a
yeah,
film
this is
camera
one
because he
where.
thought they were gonna make out or
Oh yeah,
whatever.
because this is when Meg was identifying as a lesbian, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it was that episode.
And Chris was in there too, wasn't he? Because he was also spying on them.
Yeah, I think Chris. Yeah, Chris was in there too. Yeah.
Goodness.
I remember the episode where Meg is literally taking a deuce and Quagmire's in the shower and with a camera, and be like, "She said she'll be out in a minute."
What?
Yeah, I
Oh,
remember that
God.
one.
That was the one where Mort went back in time to World War II.
German
I
guy, I
noticed
think
there's
is the
so
name of
many
the
time
episode.
travel episodes. There are so many time travel episodes. It's not even funny. And like time travel, dimension traveling. Because I looked up like the top 15 best episodes, like by ratings, and I watched like the first 10, and like almost all of them was like a
Let me give you
time
some of those
travel or like
names.
Let me guess.
Eddie.
They're
Road
all
to the
Stewie and Brian.
Multiverse, Road to Rhode Island, Road to
Rhode Island. Yes.
yeah, the road episodes are a staple in Family Guy.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
And I watched the murder mystery one too.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's when they switched the format of how it looks. They made it widescreen instead of like that 16:8 or whatever.
Yeah, that was when they were all gathered at James Wood's house, right?
Yeah, James Wood was the one that got murdered, and it ended up being Diane, the weather lady, or not the weather lady, but the one that is with Tom Tucky.
Yeah, there's no weather lady. There's Ollie.
Yeah, Ollie the weatherman, Asian reporter Trisha Takanawa.
It's raining sideways.
I'm sad to say, guys, but I've seen every episode of Family Guy
Why would you be sad, bro?
Chunky.
because there are a lot.
Everybody look like
Who did
ants.
that? Yo, Brian's my favorite character.
Oh.
See the episode where he got killed off?
I think they're
What?
ruining Brian's character.
The
You
in
don't
later
ever saw that
episodes.
episode?
The chipper.
I mean, I saw a clip on YouTube earlier. This is not how I watch it. I watch the episodes, but I saw a clip. He jumped off the roof and Stewie stayed there because he was too scared.
Oh
They
no, that's
actually
a different
killed him?
episode.
That was not the episode I'm talking about, though. The episode I'm talking about is when Stewie destroys the time machine and
Brian gets
Brian
hit by a
gets hit by
car.
a car, and they have to replace the dog because he can't go back in time now.
The replacement was Vinny.
Yeah.
What?
Vinny.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
Vinny was only like 3 episodes. And
Yeah.
then they just went back on him, even though it was a funny idea. It was a funny idea.
Yo, what's up?
Oh, we finally
Yo.
have L.
Oh,
Is El
I heard
trying
Smokey
to
was
compete
talking
with me
shit.
with his beard? Hold up,
I heard
wait,
Smokey was talking
wait,
shit. Fuck
Gotta be
wait,
like
Smokey.
wait,
distant cousins,
wait,
bro.
wait. Bitch, why you in here with a beard like mine? Why you trying to be like me?
L the copycat.
God damn, you bald ass fuck, bro.
Oh,
I'm bald.
I would
just
not
cut my
take
hair.
that.
I just cut my
Yeah.
hair. Ask anybody. I
Dude,
ain't bald ass
I look
hair.
like
Yo,
evil
if
Smokey.
RPP was in here now, we'd have the Holy Trinity here at the bottom.
Yo, we got 2 monks in the stream now. Let's go.
Nah, I look look like an evil Smokey.
Like Fujitora. I'm a witty monk like Fujitora. I walked into Marie's
Yo,
block
I'd
and I
Gotcha.
gave the guards logic and they let me stay.
Oh my!
Oh man, L got immediately grilled.
My shit's echoing. I don't know how to use this shit. It's throwing me off because I hear like two voices and shit.
It might be the stream, bro. Do you still have the stream open?
Yeah, yeah. Let me check. Hold up.
You gotta mute the YouTube.
I have
Not
I have-
only can L not read, he cannot use technology.
Bro, this man reads One Piece through the audiobooks.
oh
Probably watches the dub anime too,
Bro.
because you can read
Dub
subtitles.
Can we
we have to
Can we-
talk about how good though like Brooks' voice actor and like Frankie's voice actor are in the dub because they are perfect for their roles.
Oh yeah,
You
and
said,
I just saw the voice actor for Zebek too for the
There we
English
go.
dub too.
There we go. I think I'm good now.
oh my
I'm
God,
too
L
old
and
for this
RBP
shit.
are in the same spot at the same time. I was about to say it's crazy
Yo.
that L dipped out and RBP came in.
Yo, Smokey, this is the craziest lineup we've ever had, hands down.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Dude, I'm just here to ask one question. Why is there still no Sebek on screen, bro?
Bro, I can't. My job will fire me if I dye my
Man,
hair
fuck,
like
fuck,
Bob
fuck the
Saget.
job.
I'm supposed to lose my job.
I mean,
New
L's looking
job.
more like Zebek than
L
Three
wants his
Boys.
money back on that.
That is
Bro,
true. I do
finally
have the
watch some
Sebek beard.
I mean, if you just flip it, then you definitely have the hair.
finally a wig.
I'm out of here. I'm getting cooked. I'm getting fried in here.
Finally.
Holy shit!
L, I told you if you came
I
in here,
waited
I was
for
gonna
this
start
day.
frying you, dog.
Bro,
I
I'm getting
waited
grilled by I'm getting
for this
grilled by everyone here, bro.
Bro, keep
Yo, the
grilling him.
meme's
I
about to
waited a
go
year and a half.
crazy, cuz.
I've had
Grilled
to
beard.
deal with this guy roasting me for over a year now.
Nah, it's been more. It's been more. It's been like 3 years.
Bro, 3 years of bullying.
He's been counting
It's
the
been like
time.
3.
He's been counting
Saint
the
Eddie
time.
D. Weevil, Morley, Charlos, Jabra the third.
I think he looks the most like Jabra, bro. We got him with that one.
Bro, I have nothing to do with Jabra.
They're identical. What you mean?
I mean, it's coming from one of the Blackbeards of the past 3 years at the very bottom there.
We look like different time
Yo,
lapses of Blackbeard.
Yeah, we got
nah, hell, you're
we
bad
got
time like
three with
Oh,
we
yo,
got three with
somebody the last
RBP,
time
post with
we were in
Smokey,
chat,
and third
somebody
with
said we
L.
were the base evolution of a Pokemon, and I was the base form. And they said
base
Smokey was the third
evolution.
evolution.
Which one of you
Dude,
is the
Smokey look
mega
like
though?
prime Blackbeard. Smokey would be prime Blackbeard. I'd be like past prime, bro. Look at all these white hairs.
I'm
No, I
constantly
Bro,
got
I
white
already
hairs
said
too, L.
you are
I'm
bad
so happy
time
for
line
me and you.
Blackbeard.
I'm past
Yours is
prime.
back if he had survived God Valley.
Oh my god. It's
Vincent,
his hair color is reversed instead of his
Our
on the top of
RBP
his head is his
RBP is
beard.
Blackbeard and
I
Sebek
mean,
when
if it
they
was
look into
blue, maybe.
archaeology stuff. He's wearing the
Oh,
glasses.
Have you seen
Yo,
people say that it might be kids dead as well though? Have you
hell
heard
no.
those?
I
Hey,
actually,
I'm just saying what I hear, bro. I'm just saying what I hear.
That's
I
the
wonder
back could be kid's dad.
Yeah, I'm just saying what I hear. I'm not here to
No,
That
I'm
they
not here
got
to
that
that wouldn't line
similar
up
drip
because
maybe, but
they're not the
that's it.
I'm
same.
not here
It's
for the
not.
Message Geo
propaganda.
on Twitter or
I've been
something.
actually seeing things about Captain John being kids.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that too, yeah. I have heard that too.
You'd
I've
have to
seen
be a
that.
drunk to go up against Shanks.
That
Yo,
is true.
speaking of Captain John, are you guys paying attention to the gas that Oda is giving this guy?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
dude, it's gonna be
I
significant.
I
with
wonder if he
something.
had the glug glug fruit like before,
Glug,
like
glug.
Hey
Yo,
yo.
Or he had the same
Captain,
fruit
Yo,
that
Yo,
Vasco
that's
has now. The
wild.
drink.
the
Yo,
Glug
Captain
Glug would be
John,
the better version of Vasco.
Yeah.
Captain John, Captain
yo,
John getting
that,
gassed up
that'd
just
be
to be a
pretty dope.
Bogart victim. That's crazy. Yeah.
So no sit back here then?
I was thinking about this theory a while back about what Zebek's bloodline could actually be, but I think he actually doesn't have just two kids, but actually three.
I
But
was about to say the same thing. I think
Yeah,
he
Eddie's
has.
cam cut off.
I actually
Bro's the
think
Genghis Khan of One Piece.
he has.
Well, if he
He has a
has
little bit of
three,
him in
that would match
everyone.
the aesthetic. You know, Blackbeard has the three skulls. You know, I'm sure Zebek has something to do with three, so three kids.
Yeah.
3 kids, yeah. Hey, hey, you guys might be
Here's what I
cooking
wanna-
something.
Here's
And
what I want
this
to
might
say.
be a stretch, but I think it's Katakuri.
Katakuri.
Oh,
Really?
Because
I
if you
The
think
True
about it,
I
Pirate
like
he
that
King.
joined
take.
the
I
crew
like
around
that
the
take
same
though.
time of
I
that.
like it. I like it because
I
we
like
know
that take.
Big Mom at some point she had to be choosing men based on their strengths.
And it couldn't
So
be Kaido because he was 6 years old when Kaido
You
joined the
talking about
crew.
Big Mom based on strength? Nah, she
Yeah.
chose race, cuz. What you mean? Straight up. She said she wanted one of every race.
well
have
True.
I
that too,
mean,
but
if Zebek is a Buccaneer, then she's definitely got that and probably didn't even know it.
I actually wanted to put out like a thing for that. Um, there is there was like one people keep bringing up like children like possibilities. If Zebek had to get into Mary Joie to learn all this stuff to get to that specific place to find Emu to do all of this, then he possibly had a wife that was a noble.
and
And
that's
if
how he
that was
snuck in. And that's how he
yeah,
snuck in.
yeah. So here's my pitch. Crocodile.
Oh
Oh,
God.
No.
Oh
Wouldn't that
God.
be his daughter, though?
Yeah.
I know you hate the subject. I know you.
Well, here's the big part of it. If they're looking for the specific, it's like a parallel to Ace and Roger. Like the hunting down of this kid, they would definitely want to exterminate, because as soon as they did the same exact thing about like talking about Blackbeard's lineage, like the lineage of Zebek, they would want to exterminate that, like how they did Roger and how they did that. So it would make sense for Crocodile to help if they have had a similar experience, not only to like, because we're also having that Robin is in within the parallel of that, like being partnered with them, to parallel not only Robin but Ace, to have those two stories coincide to actually like make somebody that would be this messed up.
So would the world government know that he was Zebek's kid because they had him locked up and impelled down?
I think they didn't, because the
So
reason
imagine all that's true that he just said. Just the thought of the fact that they had Crocodile captured and impelled down and he got out. That's such a fumble.
I
Why do
mean,
they always
he
fumble?
was forgotten. He was being forgotten. He was in the forgotten place where nobody is supposed to get out.
I mean, well,
Level
so is
6.
Jinbei and Ace, and no one forgot them.
I know, because they were just put down there. That would be
You can never
really
forget Ace, man.
that would be really funny if they just it worked like sugar's fruit. Who are we fighting
oh,
for again?
Sabo is
Why
the
are we
better
fighting the war?
ace.
Yeah, I
oh
agree.
shit, damn.
I like Ace and
Someone
Sabo.
has
I
to
just
say
like
it.
the
I'll say
character.
it. Sabo is just a better ace.
I
Sabo gets a
agree.
lot of hate though.
I mean, if Ace and
Sabo gets
Sabo
too much
were to
hate.
fight and they both had the Mera no Mi, who do you think would win?
Sabo.
I don't know.
Sabo.
Hey,
What?
He's got dragon
because
strength.
the
No.
hockey
Ace for
Sabo.
sure.
Hako had
Dragon strength.
hockey Sabo, but the devil fruit. I think Ace was a better user of the devil fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had it longer, but
Yeah,
And
Yeah, but the
but
Dragon Claw and the
hockey because of
Sabo's gonna
hockey, I
awaken
think
though.
Sabo
Sabo's
was.
gonna awaken though. Ace never did. So
Yeah,
bro,
that
Sabo's
is
gonna get that
true.
white flame, man.
I think it's going to be like pale blue, actually.
Ah, he's gonna get that white Nika flame, bro. Trust.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be white too. I think it's gonna be white.
White
Black
Nika
flame.
Flame is
Or it could be
crazy.
vermilion.
Rainbow flame.
can we all
Oh,
agree
Also,
that
like to
Emu?
symbolize Nika too.
Can we all agree that either Emu or the Eve tree is the forest god in the mural? Because if you look
Yeah.
at it when it
And
does
which
the second
connects it.
build, it's right above the tree, and it's emphasizing the forest god, and it says they create and control their demons and shit, which is literally Emu. Like that's
And
The
if
ladder
Emu
room
literally
is
checks
the
out
son
with
of
that.
Eve, that makes more sense.
so.
I think the,
And
the forest
Emu,
god is Kizaru's dealer, if anything.
oh my god,
Oh.
Green Bull.
I need the
So
hookup,
Green Bull,
Kizaru. They call
Green
me
Bull
Smokey
is Emu.
Kabong. I need his hookup.
Green Bull is Emu's son. Then I guess. If
Oh no.
somebody
Don't
said
give him
Emu
that
is
much
the
credit.
somebody
This is
said Emu
bro.
is the E.
That man is a
I'm
bum.
telling you, what
He's
you
a
do
bum.
is you get a top hat, right? You get a top hat. You put 1,000 One Piece character names in it, and you shake the hat, right? You pull the name, right? The first name, and you pull the second name, and you got to make a theory. The first person is the father of the second person. That's how you do it, bro.
Oh, here's
Go,
Oh
go
God!
random
Imagine
generator,
you pull Crocodile and
I'm just
Luffy
trolling.
in the hellhole you'll have to go through if that came out of
bro.
that.
Yeah, I don't
Loki,
believe
I don't want to imagine that.
Hey, we start talking about Croco Mom, I'm out of here, bro. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
That
out
is
of here.
the
We start
worst.
talking about Croco
I
Mom.
said
That
I
is
would
the
drop the series if
worst.
it ever came true. So
there was
Croco
this
Mom
is
is the
now on
worst.
video. So you'll have to hold me to it.
it's about as dead as the Shanks is a rat agenda.
there
Thank
was
That is
God.
true.
I'm
actually
glad
like
somebody else agrees with me
Oh,
that Shanks
Shanks.
was not
Shanks is a rat
innocent.
is not dead. I saw he was on the
No,
APAC tracker.
people
They
keep
sent him like
He's got the
$688,000.
rat fruit.
I
He's got the rat fruit.
The ratatouille fruit.
The
I
red rat.
kind of have to
The
disagree
rat
because
I
there's.
saw
cat
that boy Shanks
I
eradicate.
don't
in
think
Tom and
Shanks is a
Jerry.
rat. He is a snitch, however.
He's the raticade.
Shanks
Who
is a
think you snitched
snitch, not
on?
a rat.
we're giving. I
Yeah,
think the
That's why he's
funniest
got
part.
that
He said
scratch. That's why he's got
eradicate.
that scratch mark. He was boxing with the rats in the past when he was a youngin. You know what
I
I'm
think the
saying?
funniest part about
Bro,
this.
Shanks is like Giovanni's raticate.
I think the funniest part about this is like we keep saying that Shanks is a rat, but in terms of how like the Zodiac goes, the rat is the most respected because it won the race.
I thought the dragon was the
Oh,
most
you're a
respected.
rat.
the rat won because it hopped on the dragon's back. If
thought
if
it
I
was the
recall that.
rooster.
No,
Shanks hopped on Kaido's back?
It's the
Hey
rat.
yo.
Would
Hey
explain how he
yo.
got
What?
to Marine Fort so damn quickly.
Yeah,
He flew with
actually,
He
Kaido.
just jumps on Kaido's back and like, we
that's the
gotta
new
go,
canon.
brother.
Just jumps down and
Kaido was
be like,
Shanks' Uber.
made it.
that would actually be really funny. I just thought of something. If you never
Kaido,
got,
when he drops him off, hey man, can I get 5 stars?
what is one of the funniest ideas?
They say a
Literally,
good review.
Hey,
Hey,
Hey, some people are
you guys
saying
He
seen
supplies
King
him
of the Hill,
drinks and
right?
snacks in the
And
back.
then, have you guys seen the new King of the Hill?
Yeah, I've
No.
seen it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I felt like
I'm gonna
of
give
Bushel
him
course you
on
have,
it.
4
Smokey.
stars
Of course
because
you have.
he needs something to work towards.
Smokey sounds like a
I'm gonna
character in
give you
King of the
4
Hill.
stars.
Oh,
I'm
That's
gonna give
messed
you
up.
something to work for. I'll tell you what.
I tell you what.
dang
Actually,
it,
Smokey,
Bobby.
you could probably pick up a role for King of the Hill now that I think about it.
With that
Oh,
voice, you definitely can.
Who,
Smoky,
me?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
bro.
Yeah,
Who
you have that.
else?
You have
Who
that
else?
accent.
He said, "Who me?" Yes, you.
I didn't think I was that good
That
at doing
sounds like a
Hayfield.
conspiracy to me.
Now
Who
that
you
was a
think
Oh,
good
I sound
Dale.
like?
That was a good.
my dang kid's an alien.
Who me? Who little me?
Bobby, open the door.
all right, Evil. Let me ask you something. Who do you got, Roger or Zebek? That's you, Smokey.
Who do you think cut the mountain in God Valley, Rocks or Roger?
Mihawk.
Who the
Mihawk was
Mihawk
like
What?
what?
Lays? We
Was he
can
even
never forget
born
the
yet?
Mihawk
A
Lays from
little older
Threeville.
than his sperm
4-year-old
then?
Mihawk.
You
He
guys,
was 4. He was 4 because
yeah,
Shanks was a baby, so he was 4.
yeah, bro. You
4-year-old
don't think
Mihawk did
look
it.
what S Hawk
Let's see.
did? You
Shanks
don't
is
think
39. Mihawk is
4-year-old
43, isn't he?
Mihawk is cutting God Valley Mountain, bro?
If he
Yeah,
was
let's
four at the time, we don't know if he's a holy knight. He could be immortal.
When Mihawk
Oh,
was
No,
a
we already
hey.
know
baby,
his age. He's
Hey,
4
he's
years
on to
old.
something.
Guys,
All we
hey
know is
Or
the
Vincent,
guy's a
the
bull
previous
ass.
Holy Knight.
hey Vincent. When Mihawk was a baby in his mom's belly, Mihawk was probably the one who did the C-section. People need to stop
True.
sleeping on that boy Mihawk.
He cut his
Bro,
own umbilical cord after he cut the mountain.
guys,
Yeah, he was
he
too
cut
stoic, so he cut the
exactly.
umbilical cord,
He
guys, I
cut
He
got
the
a
cut
mountain
question.
from
himself.
inside his mother's womb.
and then he
I just
sat down and put on a suit and he just chilled. He was like, "Yeah, I'm here."
Suit and hat sat next in front of his sword.
He came out with a cross and everything.
guys, I just
God
got
You
damn,
got a
he must
cross
have.
necklace. Put that
Mihawk was
joint
so
on.
strong he split his mother's womb to climb out of.
Wait,
He's like
Jin
Loki
Mark said
climbing
yo
up back the
guys.
By the
tree.
time
Hey,
by the
Jin Mark
time
said
he was
yo
4, he
guys.
was
He was shaving
what?
himself.
Yeah, so by the time he was
That's
4, he
how
was
that's how
grooming
he
his
became
beard
a
and his
good
mustache.
swordsman. When Mihawk was born, he had a full-grown beard, kind of like me and
Yo,
Art and Else.
nah,
And
Mihawk could probably shave himself with a toothpick.
Okay, the glaze gotta
Sick.
chill. The glaze gotta chill.
Oh,
He
someone
doesn't
has
do
to
the
do
toothpick. He
no.
always has that little cross thing there.
Hey. Jin Mark said, yo, guys, if Roger loves Shaki, how did he end up with Rouge? My theory is Roger cheated.
My theory is that
Uh,
Shaggy actually cheated on
Oh,
Roger or cheated on Rayleigh, and
I
she's actually the
Doesn't
mother
she
of
have the D
Blackbeard.
in her name? Porteous
What?
D Rouge?
oh,
Yes or
yeah.
no?
I
yes.
think just because of the will
Maybe
of
he was
D, he
just
did that.
attracted to her because she was a strong-willed woman. You know?
Maybe
I
what he
Yeah.
really wanted was the D.
She wanted
I
oh.
that will of
wonder
D.
I wonder if Shaki convinced the world that she was dead because she doesn't go by like the full name of Shaki Yaku. She just suddenly goes by Shaki, and that's all she goes by. She even changes her whole entire look and whole entire identity, even going somewhere that nobody would go, which is the lawless districts of Saba Odi. Nobody goes there
Oh,
except for the slave
I mean,
The
at
trade.
that point, could
pirates.
you
what
say
do
it
you
was
think?
lawless
Shaki's
because all
like
the Celestial
Superman?
Dragons were
It is lawless because they're just you pissed me off, bang.
there? It's
But
lawless
yeah,
for
It's
the
it's
their
the rule
Celestial
of
spoiled
law.
island.
Dragons.
They're
Sabaodi's Epstein Island. That's what it is.
Yo, we need to release the God Valley files, man.
The
God,
Sabaody files.
at this point, I'm
Tell
looking
Oda
at it
to.
this way,
Tell
man.
Oda to.
Oda
We
has
need
the
the God
files.
Valley
Yo,
files.
I personally think
we
Shaki
gotta
is
sign a
the mother of
petition.
Blackbeard.
Oda,
Shaq,
release the files.
mother of Blackbeard.
Shocky, the mother of Blackbeard. Hey, you might be cooking something.
I
All
mean,
right,
think about it.
on that vein, what do you think about Shocky being the mother of Shanks? Since we're throwing these out, because I've seen
I
there
mean, it's
been.
entirely possible. I mean,
That
it's
would
possible
imply
Shaki was
it's
kidnapped and
It's
taken to
not
God Valley.
possible, man.
Yo,
Shamrock
that would be
and
so jacked
Shanks have
up.
red hair, and
Garling.
she's got dark
Yeah.
black hair.
Why
You're
is
Yes.
saying
Garland
that
alive
Garling,
and
you're
Shanks?
saying Garling
She
at
might
God
just be
Valley.
everybody's baby mama.
I mean, Garling in the anime right now has mustard hair. He looks like a banana.
I was just about to
Oh,
say he's the
It's
banana man.
hilarious. It's
Bro,
so
I hated
funny.
that hair.
He looks
I
like
did not
Mac
like that
Knight
hair.
from
like
Game
Where
of
would
Thrones.
And since he
Garling
look,
would have troubled Shamrock
how
so
would
hard.
Shanks
No,
how would
Garland.
Shanks get
Garland's
red
fine.
hair though?
I mean, if Garling is a
Garling's
banana,
blonde
it
and
makes sense why
Garling's
he's
the
the
blonde
pregnant.
Shaggy
one.
has black hair. How would Shanks have red hair from blonde and black hair mixed?
Bro, that's what
Makes
I'm
red hair?
He could
saying.
be dyeing it.
First of all, why did they
I know.
make Garling blonde? They completely
Yeah.
fumbled. Second of all, blonde to red? What? Was the mother having red hair then?
You know what? We haven't
I'm
looked
pretty
at
sure Shamrock probably gonna be blonde. Watch.
we're not looking at the biggest.
Maybe the mom had like purple hair or something, and then it
What if
turned red from the blonde and
What if
purple
it's
mix.
Big Mom?
Wait.
How does that work?
I don't even know, but it
He's
just
popping
makes
out
more
kids
sense
like
than that.
popcorn. So
Yo,
It's
how
One Piece.
do you get red from yellow? Is there any color theory? Are
Yeah.
All
there any
right,
theories
hear
in the
me
chat?
out. Since we're going with pink, what if it
Know.
was Jenny?
Ginny.
Jenny's too
Wouldn't
young to
that
be
been like
Shanks.
years after Shanks was born, though?
I understand, guys. I was just going with the color scheme here.
If it's
Somebody
Jenny,
mentioned
Garling's a
pink hair.
fucking pedo, bro.
Everyone from the Celestial Dragons is a pedo, dude.
That
Shanks
is
was already
true. That
born
is.
on Valley
My
by that
guy,
point.
you can't even make red from yellow. It's not possible. Plus,
I know you
wouldn't
can't.
the father's genes be the father's genes would be dominant too. So
I
how
That
think
would
means
she
hairline
maybe
comes
the
from the mothers, though.
wait? The hair
dang,
comes
I
from the
don't know.
mom.
Maybe the red hair's recessive.
yeah,
So
It,
emu. No, the red hair emu fan arts, guys. Oh no.
can't even say
Garling,
oh
that.
you're saying
no.
Garling bones
Oh
emu?
no. Not even
Listen,
I
Oh
can
Vivi's
I can
dad.
convince Shanks from the right
You can't
agenda if
yeah,
Emu
you
is
can't
the mother.
can't even
Not
say
even
that
I
because
can do that.
Vivi's dad, his
So
genes
the
got
whole
the
time.
shit out of when they made Vivi.
No, that's true. The mom had blue hair. That's true. Forgot
The
about
whole
that.
time they said Mihawk was Emu's son, but it was Shanks the whole The rat allegations confirmed, guys. I'm sorry.
Okay,
So do
so
you guys think that? Do you guys think
Fuck,
Shaki was the real reason for God Valley, or what
I
do you
think
guys
it's
think on
multiple
that?
Literally the Battle of
reasons.
I
Troy
think she
on God
I
Valley.
think she was, but it was for a different. It's like, yes, it was for this woman, but everybody on each side was like different. The pirates obviously were like, "That's the most beautiful woman in the world. We must obtain her." But I think the world government was like, "Okay, she's important to what we need to do. Lock her up and get us to us." Because not only is that the very first time, like in a while, that a lot of different things were happening, but a Gorosei was there. Out of all the things that was there, the God Knights were
We've
there to
only
do.
seen Saturn. They all could have been there. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, which is the most interesting point. But I wanted to actually I like something about Shaki's lineage could be important. It could be very important to do like that. But I actually wanted to bring up something because I had a thought about what could possibly happen because of the tone of how God Valley was happening and how they framed about they stole the crown jewel. You know how in the past they said, hey, if you play a Davy Back game and you put the 3 coins offering to Davy Jones, if you disrespect that, you'll be sent right down to Davy Jones's locker. So what if they because the Zebek thought that he would get a wise on them, so he played the game, but of course the government doesn't play by anybody's rules except their own. So they disrespected that, and they took Shockey even though they lost, and God Valley sank because it literally sank into Davy Jones's locker.
So
Yo,
it
I like that theory.
sank because of a
Bro,
curse
cooking.
Yeah.
and not following the legacy that of pirate. I like it.
So what if God Valley is where Annie's lobby is now?
Well,
is God Valley is Annie's lobby in the West Blue? Because I think God Valley is West Blue.
God Valley is West Blue.
No, underneath Ennis Lobby is probably where the ancient kingdom used to be, or a part of it.
For some reason, I thought it was in the north because isn't that where Shank said that was where his homeland was?
No.
I don't know. All I know is Epstein was on God Valley, bro. That's why everyone was showing up there.
And so
Oh,
was
that,
your homie Charlos.
No,
It's
not
half
my
Charlos.
No.
He is
Your
Charlos.
your
Carlos is
ancestor
no
is
one's
He
homie.
is Charlos. He was there live.
bro.
Yeah.
Yo,
can
bring
trace-
back the
we can
Jack
trace
Black comments.
Eddie's
Come on,
family
bring it
tree.
back. Jack
Bro
Black.
was vlogging in God Valley, bro. What you mean?
Charlos needs to be at
Yo.
the epicenter of when they destroy the Red Line. That's the
L,
only way I can
L.
accept he'll die.
L, shouldn't you be recording the sequel to Nacho Libre right now? Why are you in here?
Oh shit!
Nacho Libre's grandpa and
I
shit.
mean, L does look like he would be a luchador.
He basically is Jack Black with a tan.
That's not a fucking insult.
All right, listen. 10 more minutes. I gotta bounce.
All right.
All right, last question, bro. I got
Uh,
one last question, bro. If you don't want the Sebek hair, I'll accept a Mihawk cosplay.
Oh, that might actually be fire.
Mihawk
If you-
cosplay string.
If you dye
Accept
your
that.
hair,
Nah,
We
make
already
him
know
do
what it looks
Jabra.
like when it's AI
I don't need
generated.
to see Mihawk. Do
That is
Jabra and
true,
do Sebek.
RVP. That is true.
Threevo, if you
Oh,
dye
you know
your
what?
hair blonde
Hey.
and your chin blonde, you could do Saint Peter from the Gorosei.
Hell no.
Imagine if
be
you
a
could do.
celestial.
I thought you were going with Doflamingo there for a second.
He could do that too.
Oh, bro,
If you ever found those shades.
I can't find them,
That
bro. I
is
still
true.
can't find them. Hey,
You gotta get
let
the
me
pink
do a
mink.
Mihawk cosplay for Halloween. Can I accept that deal?
I'll accept that deal. I'll accept it.
All right, you'll
Yeah.
accept it.
Oh,
I
but if you
don't
Yeah, I'll
don't,
accept
you
that
have
accept
to
deal.
it.
We'll make it a
I
scream.
deal
don't
here.
accept it. You should
Yes.
have
Yep.
went
You
with
gotta.
Charlos. You should have went with
Hey, I'll do
Jabra,
it. Let's go.
Morley.
Mihawk cosplay
He's
Mihawk.
not. He's never gonna do
Get his
Charlos.
shirt.
He's not gonna do Charlos.
Well,
Not
make
even
Who
him
said
to.
do
Charlo?
Weevil.
Speaking him out right now.
He'd
Who said
rather
Charlo?
die than dress up as
He would
Charlos.
Okay, so then
Smokey,
make
don't
him
tell me
do
that was you.
or
If
just
Weevil.
all else
dress up
fails,
as.
you
Smokey,
know
don't
what?
tell me
There's
that was
left.
you.
You got to do
I have
this.
to.
What about dressing up as?
Who is
You
What
that?
about
got to
dressing up
Zoro?
as
pull this,
Morley?
Oh,
and you got to be
Morley.
Zoro.
Morley.
Morley.
Yeah, Morley. He could do Morley. He could do
You could
Weevil.
do
He could
Morley.
do
You could do
Jabra.
Morley.
All you gotta do
Nah,
is get a
you.
kilt. That's
Make
it.
him do
Nah, you could
French.
definitely
Make
do
him do the
Jabra.
super dance.
You know
I
what?
think you could pull off Jabra easily.
No, he needs to get a long ponytail and a Fu Manchu for that. I think.
I'm not
Oh
doing
yeah, he
Jabra. Are
would.
you out
He
of your
would have to
mind?
do that.
I don't think he could do that by October.
With a wig, you can.
Jabra's
there you
never
go.
happening. Yo, I don't know why Smokey keeps trying to roast me with this Jabra, this Charlos, when he's out here looking like your Rouge. Why don't you go do a your Rouge cosplay, bro?
Hey, if I'm
He
a
doesn't even
Rouge,
have to
that
be on
means I'm
screen.
6'8" with a bunch of muscles and I can grow bigger and I'm gonna stomp you, Charlos.
They are big.
Every time you get hit, wait, hold on, and he goes like it's like the SpongeBob like anchor arms thing, and he blows himself up a little bit more. He gets like a little bit more.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Yo, we
Hit
need
him
to
with the
bring
old.
yo, Yarouge, when are you coming back to the story? I'm tired of seeing these theories every other week about you showing up in Elbath or something, bro.
You
When are
know,
you coming back, Yarouge?
early on, I had inclinations. Like you remember, I don't know if this was filler or if they showed it in the manga, but like they showed him. You know where the whitening when they entered the new world, where you know
Yeah,
whitening was
Up
raining
in the
down on the
Sky
island.
Ancient
Islands.
England, I think.
I always had this theory that Aruj was Blackbeard's 10th Titanic captain.
Oh
Obviously, it ended
yeah,
up being Aokiji, but
yeah, that's an infamous theory, bro. Yeah,
I do think the other
I mean,
supernovas are gonna like align themselves with like other people, like how they've done before. Like they're definitely gonna.
Rouge just aligns himself with Buggy.
He's the
I,
final.
I
He's the
actually
final
see.
one.
I actually see.
Ooh.
Apu. I see Apu actually going to Buggy. He's a
what?
one
Yeah, he
man
would
band.
fit. Hey, he would fit
Circus
the
act.
vibe though. Hey, he's onto something because he
He
would
Fit.
fit
needs
the
the music
vibe.
for a
Also,
circus.
also,
Yeah.
Buggy would immediately. Yeah, Buggy would
Bro.
immediately accept him because he's got a cat. He's got a giant crew. He's just like, oh crap, replacements for what I lost, and he would get
Nah,
the
bro,
numbers as
kid-
He
well.
just takes all the ores from
Useless.
Wano with him.
Useless Captain Kidd makes your Rouge look trash. Do you know what that looks like?
Damn.
The
Damn.
myth
Rouge?
slander.
Well-
I'm here for this.
I'll never forget
Yeah.
reading Weekly and seeing Apu get one tap by the King. Your
Yeah.
Rouge is a joke.
Kid is
We haven't-
definitely. Kid would definitely.
Hey, let's go,
probably
Al.
Align with the Blackbeard. I see.
So
it.
you could just to prove that I'm a Zoro fan, bro.
What if
I just have to
Rouge
defend
team up?
Sanji sometimes.
What if
Nah,
Rouge
don't
doesn't
defend
team
that
up?
pig.
What
Don't
if
defend that pig.
El,
What if
I
Rouge
don't
doesn't team
believe
up
you.
with?
You're just here to derail us in some way.
Hey, it's just the way I am, bro. My bad. My bad.
You'll never be able to stay on topic.
I
of the
can't.
serious
That's-
nature with this man.
Between me and El, no way. No way that's happening.
What did you say,
I-
Vincent?
I was gonna say, what if your Rouge doesn't go with any of the Yonko? What if he actually teams up with NL?
No way.
I mean, he
Hey, I kinda
might
like that,
have
though.
originally
Is he
because
Birkin?
Well,
I
I
mean, it
think
makes sense
that
for the Mad Monkey
Didn't
with the
Aruj
literal
hate
god.
NL? And
He's-
he already
he's
knew
Birkin.
it.
a Birkin, man.
no.
well, they call him the High Priest. His troops call him the High Priest, and he was Birkin. But my belief is that in Skypiea, the guy said, the military dude, whatever his name was, said that there was a Sky Knight of Burka that Enel defeated, and I think it was Uruj. I think he was the one that stood up to Enel and then got defeated in Burka. And then that's why he's like, they're the fallen monk pirates. Like he fell in battle.
And then he descended to
Bro,
the
could be
Blue
a
Sea.
back.
Yeah, that
After he
could
lost.
also that could also work because if you look at like the trials thing, you see like the 4 trials, but then you see like the thumb that's in the water. And with the idea of like flooding, like Enel was like, I thought that guy was on my side, flood it. It's just like, so that I don't want to see him anymore. The trial of karma, no, that doesn't exist anymore. Get out of here.
He could be like a follower of Nika, and then so Anel said he's God, and he said no, Nika's God, and then he fought him and then lost. That might have happened.
Hey, that would be pretty dope, though. I'm not gonna lie. To bring back a Rouge with a Nell on a rematch type of shit.
Oh,
That'd
that
be
would
pretty
actually
dope.
Yeah, because we were all wondering like what the hell he's been doing. Like, is he
Yeah.
gathering like sky forces, or like is he just chilling? Like
Maybe he's
it's like
on
probably
that.
went
Maybe he's at the top.
He probably went
He's
back
on
to
the top
Sky
of the
Island
tree.
now that NL's gone.
Maybe he's at the top of the tree. He's chilling.
That's what I was
on
about
the
to
elbow.
say. 'Cause,
An Elbath.
like they say that the top of High West, and like I can't think of any other place that would be as tall as being the top as this place. Like the Heaven Realm, that would definitely be at the top because
Sure.
it's
I mean, there's
He's just
yeah,
chilling on top of Elbath.
there's lots of
just
Sky
be like,
Islands.
what's going on down there?
Rouge is just confusing because like he's in the worst generation, right? They're known for emerging right at the beginning of Marineford, the Summit War, and then what? He just retired. He's like, all right, I'm done. Became a worst gen.
He
Well, he
said
defeated
he took
Snack.
one look at Whitebeard. He's like, man, if this is the old guy, I can't conquer this sea. I'm retired. I'm done.
it's like
Fuck
Oda
Well,
that.
doesn't
he
have a
defeated.
use for him after that.
He
He
could
That's
do
what I'm
it
defeated
saying. Like it's
Snack.
like he forgot about him. Like he didn't have a use for him for now. But I
I
guess
mean,
like now, if the war is about to start and everybody's going to be choosing sides, I think it would be a great elementary point to bring Rouge back in. Now you can have a focal point. Now, if everybody's going to be picking sides and sanctions, your Rouge could be like a leader of, like you said, like the Sky Islands. Like
Yeah, he
everybody
could
would be
lead
like
Cronus
picking
in them.
sides and whatnot.
And if I recall, Skyline has no idea what devil fruits are. So if Rouge comes back with a devil fruit of powers of power, if it is a devil fruit, maybe he could become the new king.
Yeah, maybe they'll see
well,
him as a god.
it seems like Silver Axe had the devil fruit that Yarush has because
That's what I
if
was
you
thinking.
look at the panels after he got kicked, he grew huge. He
Like
like
all of a
grew
sudden,
really big.
like
His
he
cape
had,
doesn't
So,
fit anymore.
like he has the Incredible Hulk's
Damn,
powers
that
or
bomb
something.
by Shiki must have made him grow like 15 feet now.
I
So-
actually think he did because actually when we see him, he's like it compared to the rest. He really did like seemingly grow, like because we've seen like at least his normal height, but when the bomb went off and then you see like the 3 in the rubble, he's actually like I think he's like almost at chest level at Kaido.
Yeah, and that's just him sitting down.
Yeah.
So maybe his power involves him
Imagine if
stocking
he
up
sits
damage.
up, you know, like the meme in the chair.
But I mean, Yaruj defeated Snack during the time skip, so he's not like a total bum. He defeated one of the commanders, so during the time skip while Luffy was still training. So
Yep, but
Well,
as
to be
soon
fair,
as he
anything's
did
a low.
that, Cracker showed up and
Cracker
watched
beat him,
him.
but he was weakened from defeating Snack, so Cracker didn't fight him at his best, technically.
Yeah.
But
No,
who
I
knows?
agree. I was just saying.
Yeah, no, Cracker. But that's still a feat, you know. He still beat Snack.
No, I agree. It's a feat. It's a mentioned feat, so it's a feat.
And you have to wonder who
listen.
Katakuri's side is gonna take in the final war. Like
And
he's gonna side.
Oh, Katakuri
And
isn't
speaking
seeing
of
his mom
feet,
or his
Robin
sister.
supremacy.
No,
Let's go.
Like would
I'm
he
pretty
side with
sure-
Luffy or would he side with someone else?
I think he would side with Luffy. I
Yeah.
really do. Because
Yeah,
like
I agree.
the count of respect, and also if he saves his sister, which I'm pretty sure that might happen because
Bro,
I don't.
that would make Katakuri look pitiful because he didn't defend his homeland. We don't know
Katakuri
if
was
he's
watching
picking up
Vega
Big
Punch
Mom. And we don't
message
know if
instead
he's
of finding
picking up his
pudding.
sister.
Well, right now he's got to focus on home because right now home is
The
defenseless.
Blackbeard pirates just destroyed his home. He wasn't even there.
That is
No.
true.
He was fighting
Yeah,
the
gambling.
Germa. and stuff.
I mean, he
I
could have
hope
been there. I mean, I don't know
I
what.
hope Katakuri is going for Pudding or Big Mom. Because if not, what is he doing?
I
I,
mean,
I
he
agree
has a
with you,
choice.
Trevel. I hope that he's going after Pudding or Big Mom.
That's why I feel like before like Lodestar and like all of that stuff that we're gonna get to, I feel like we're gonna have a war on Hachinosu. Like,
Yeah,
but it's going to be
that's gonna be a Blackbeard
multiple
battle.
sides. Yeah, it's going to be like Luffy's side because I wonder if Blackbeard's going to finally make a move. I did want to talk
I
about
mean,
this,
now
but I
that he's got
realized,
Garp, he definitely can, and I mean, he's got
yeah,
Rafiki looking at the Holy Land,
I
watching what's going on.
I wonder. This is what I wonder. I wonder if Shanks is going to try to intervene with Luffy. Like, no, Luffy, you can't beat him. You can't beat him right now. You can't do that. Like, because if that was the reunion, that would sort of make sense because Blackbeard.
Bro, another delay?
Yeah, but
All
right,
we all know about Luffy
2%.
though. We
So.
know
It's
how
not real.
hard
It's
headed
not
he
really.
Alright,
It's not
SL.
really.
GSL.
I don't feel like it
GSL.
would be a delay. I don't think Luffy. I think Luffy would be like, no, I gotta save my grandpa. I have to save him, Shanks. And
Yeah,
Shanks,
that I agree. Luffy's hard headed
And then
like
Blackbeard
Yeah.
smokes Shanks' pack.
yeah, Shanks would be like, well, Luffy, I can't let you go fight him, and that's how they would fight. I feel like
mean-
that it would be the point of get out of the way. I need to
kind of
save
like
him.
Jinbei when he fought Jinbei. He was
Yeah.
so determined. Yeah, I mean, I can see it.
Yeah,
But
it's
personally, I would hope for a happier reunion, simply because the fans have been waiting on this. But I have no issue with Luffy fighting Shanks in any capacity, because I think he needs to do that. Because I still want Luffy to be on his word. I mean, I know he didn't technically do it with Big Mom, but I want him to be all for the Yonko. He just said, as long as Shanks ain't first, I'm with you, Law.
that would
Oh.
be wild if just Big Mom shows up.
Wait, what?
This-
Yo, a
She's
member
half.
of the
She
Fallen
shows up half burnt, looking like
Pirates
Freddy
is just
Krueger.
I mean, I don't think we
Yeah,
I don't
sports,
think we've
yeah.
really talked about that. I mean, a lot of people have speculated that. I wouldn't mind Big Mom coming back to
You know what would be really cool?
that's the country she terrorized.
I know. But like, sorry for the voice crack. It would be really cool if Big Mom was like indeed
Bro, don't
missing
pull up
parts of her,
the Smokey's
but
profile pic.
she has like now
Pull up to
like,
Jabra.
new homies that
Bro,
are
this
like,
is literally just
Or better
Blackbeard.
yet, cosplay as a Rouge for
oh my
Halloween.
god, that really
Doesn't that
is.
look like Blackbeard?
That
in-
really looks like Blackbeard.
A Rouge,
Yo.
the fourth son.
Maybe Yarouge wasn't the 10th Titanic captain and Blackbeard was actually like the 5th fallen monk captain or something. It's like reversed.
I mean, he is
I
always
do like
hiding his
the idea,
back.
since we were talking about more kids, like Sebek having 3 kids to kind of go with Blackbeard's 3 motif. But I would like, if we're expanding on that, I would like it if Sebek had a son of every race.
Oh my god, I forgot that that's what their ship looked like.
Bro, that ship goes hard.
Yeah, that does.
That's a straight Oni mask. That's a straight up Oni.
Which proves that Rouge is definitely a devilish monk.
Yeah.
Yeah, a fallen monk. That's like he's like
Mad
a
Monk
devil,
Rouge.
like Satan, the fallen angel.
Yeah.
Right.
There
Which
was
is weird
one
because we're
thing-
depicting Blackbeard as Satan.
I
or
don't
evil
know.
Emu.
And I don't know if anybody else saw this, but I wanted to bring something up because I don't know if anybody else sees this or not. But when I looked at the mural, and you see like all the factories, like
Right.
all that with
All the
with like
factions.
all the factories on the right side. You know what when I first thought of because it kind of clicked with me for a while, but then I had a thought. What if that's Wano? Because
Like-
if you look at
Well,
when we have the
factories
establishing
appeared there
the establishing
when Kaido got there, right?
yeah, but what I'm saying is that what if this happened before? Because history repeats.
Yeah, no,
So-
I got you.
So when you look at Mount Fuji, the way that you could look at it is that it was an eroded building after like so much time because a volcano is also kind of like a smokestack. And you see around the Mount Fuji that there are actually a bunch of hills that almost number the amount of buildings. Like, this might be. I'm only bringing up a possibility, but it could possibly be that Wano was like this a very long time ago. And
I gotta leave very soon. But on that note, how I looked at that, because I know what you're talking about, on the far right of the murals, they have like the buildings with the smoke. When you look at the first world text, it says within the earth there was flame, people succumbed to desire, and they touched or they seized the forbidden sun. The slaves wished and they prayed. So how I interpret that is that the original mother flame, the original source that Vegapunk is trying to reproduce, they had that in the past, and they gate kept it, and they put it in factories, and that was like their energy source. So when we're looking at the buildings on the right, those are like mines, those are like factories working and making weapons and stuff with that original mother flame pumping out the smoke, kind of like how in Wano, like that's what they did. They were making weapons and it was pumping out all the smoke. That's how I see it, though.
So I was just thinking about Wapple, right? Wapple can make a mineral or something called Wappleite, right? When he eats stuff. So maybe if we're thinking about the first world, maybe somebody had the fruit before him and they were mass producing that.
That is possible.
For weapons.
Like they just started eating the world and made the factories.
Honestly, that
everything in sight.
I wouldn't be surprised who like Wobbles is still like one of the big wild cards that like Oda brought back, and it was like, oh, we're still doing stuff with him, like because not just like that, but now he's just as involved with the plot as Vivi, and he knows a true secret that he won't tell her, and I wonder which side Wapple will go to, because this secret is big.
You would think the straw has because she's with Vivi.
I know, but I don't see that because Wapple is like
Wapple's
I feel like he fits Buggy's vibe though.
Luffy just gonna punch Wapple in the face as soon as he sees him.
literally, he could be literally the sword swallower or like anybody that would eat anything, because that's actually a circus act. And I think partial inspiration. There was a guy that there was a guy who literally just ate everything during like the French Revolution, and he was a tall man who just kept eating, and he would eat anything that would give him.
Now I imagine Waffle. Now I imagine Waffle using his powers on Richie, the lion.
So Oda saw like all One Piece fans, we were all begging for NL to come back, and he's like, "Oh, you guys want NL? Here's Wapple." Like,
Next
that's
thing you
Oda
know, he's gonna bring back Eddie's cousin Foxy.
Bro,
that would be really funny. Honestly, out of all the other things, that'd be really funny if he would to join Buggy. That would be.
Yo, did you just let out? This man just let out a Gecko Moria laugh.
No.
You just imagine like a whole cover page of just cross guild pirates, and you just see Foxy's short ass right there, just like
You mean evil?
You would actually be one.
You want real power? I'll teach you the Davy back fight.
Damon, could you imagine Oda? Imagine Oda gassed up Foxy, gave him some hockey, bro. He might be unstoppable. His fruit is broken.
Yeah, the slow fruit.
He could one shot Emu if he wanted to. Who would stop him?
If Oda decided to just gas up Foxy, just have him trained by like Mihawk or something, and he joined Cross Guild, he'd be unstoppable.
Wait,
he'd be
of course, you'd like to get trained by Mihawk.
He slow you down. Like, how long does the
I get
effect
trained by
last?
Mihawk.
Imagine
Foxy
he
on the blow
awakens it, and it becomes like almost permanent.
I think that would be really. It's
or he's able to slow down more than one person.
That really is like. That really is like
people are in his way.
Thing is
Captain
like
Kuro comes back with an awakened devil fruit.
full of
Captain
powers.
Kuro
Yo,
of
I
1,000
forgot about
plans that
Kuro,
didn't
bro.
work.
I forgot about him.
I want
Oh,
to.
Captain
Damn.
Yo,
Kuro
keep
is
forgetting
so
about
funny.
that, man.
I want to see
Kuro
Bar.
can go off and
He
die
has
in
to
his own
come back.
misery.
I
That
want to
bum.
see.
What you mean he has to come back? What is
He
Kuro
has
gonna
to
do for
come
this
back,
story,
bro.
Is it
He,
Captain
hey,
Kuro
he
of
had that shit
1,000
on,
plans
bro.
or
The suit.
100
That'd be
plans?
really
Either
funny. The
way,
very
none of
first
them
thing
work.
is like the Lucci's Captain Kuro goes up to Lucci and just like, you took everything from me. I don't even know who you are.
You will.
Usopp surpassed him.
Yeah.
That man is a bum.
Usopp,
All right.
do something in Elbath. It's like the freaking meme. I'm the guy with the
Yeah,
stick
he has
poking
to.
Usopp. Do something. Come
He
on.
hasn't done anything since Dressrosa, and that was minimal at best.
You guys know
Bro,
the meme
the streets
where
are
they
saying
got two
Usopp
guys
peaked
and
in Syrup
they
Village.
got their hand on the shoulder of one
Damn.
guy and they're holding him back. Sanji and not yeah, well, Sanji and Brook pretty much stole all of Usopp's shine.
True.
In my
I
opinion,
think Usopp
I'm just glad they're
peaked in
doing
Uzabi,
something
bro.
with Brooke.
in my
Hey, do you
opinion,
guys think? Do you guys
Usopp and
think
Chopper are on the
Usopp's just?
same level because they haven't done anything since Water
Do you
7
think he's
or
randomly
Aesop.
just gonna unlock conquerors, or what do you think about Usopp? Do you think he's just randomly gonna unlock it,
Bro.
or
I
how?
think Usopp is going to develop a kind of observation hockey that is going to allow him to predict where Van Auger is eventually going to warp when they fight. Van
I
Auger's warping all around him; he can't hit him or whatever. He unlocks
Future
some
sight
sort
then.
of
personally,
some sort of observation hockey.
Or he
personally,
just uses his
Yeah.
second weapon, the element of surprise.
what I hope, what I hope for Usopp is that the the st- the one God Knight, I hope he dies, and and Usopp gives the fruit to Kabuto, the mythical like Kirin fruit, because then Usopp would literally be able to wield his own imagination and dreams
I want
against
Usopp to
his.
get
It'd be
Yasop's
two
gun
hags.
I imagine if
instead
killing
of.
him ever uses power on Usopp, he would just have an army of nightmares come out because he's afraid of everything. Like we did Demon Doflamingo, Demon Crocodile, Demon Moria. We get every single villain from our past
Big
as a
Mom.
nightmare monster.
He'd be too
Big Mom
broken, bro.
experienced that. He experienced Big Mom, so that would be
A demon ulti who broke his nose with a headbutt.
Yeah.
yeah.
Mr. Four and Miss Merry Christmas. They could come back
Miss
because they
Mary.
broke his
Oh
freaking
God,
nose.
that lady, bro. Miss Merry
The
Christmas,
Straw
the
Hats are
mole lady.
definitely they should definitely need like a hockey upgrade or at least some devil fruits or something because
Yeah,
we know it's
that-
some devil fruits in circulation. So
this is
somebody
where
need to feed some devil fruits to some weapons, or there
yeah,
needs
I
to
feel
be some hockey upgrades, a training montage. Something needs to happen.
Or at
Bro,
least
at
grab
the minimum,
those sunstones and make weapons out of them. Like do
yeah.
something with them.
I
at
do
the
feel
minimum,
like
like it would be
that's also
so easy to explain hockey training rather than like, oh, by the way, like there's like 6 devil fruits and the Straw Hats got them. Like I think like the hockey is such an easy one for Oda to do.
yeah. This place definitely will be big upgrades because like a lot of people keep thinking like, oh, we're just going to be here for like a small amount of time, and I'm like, no, I think we're going to be here for a little bit because they're really on this island. A lot of people can have a lot of things, and that's why I actually love like when I was first brought to the when they first brought like Loki and Luffy and asked him to be on the crew. At first, I couldn't think about what he would be like out of all the things on a ship. But then I saw the hammer, and then I saw the Hammer Clan like thing, and I wondered, oh, he could literally be our blacksmith and tend to everybody's weapons to make them more deadly.
And
Not
if
just
you-
like in terms of science, but like actual deadliness and skill.
and if he is
I
depicted
don't,
off
I don't mind the
Gallipold.
idea
Sorry.
of a blacksmith. I mean, we have a shipwright, so why not have a blacksmith? Got to maintain the weapons.
Yeah.
All right,
It-
listen,
for me-
guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta wrap it up. I'm sorry. It's almost 2.
It's all
a.m.
good. You look dead anyways,
This
bro. You
this
look
makes me
dead.
think of the Chappelle show.
bro.
It makes me think of that skit. Wrap that shit
Zombie
up,
3
B.
room.
Wrap it up.
All right.
You just
I,
hear the
I-
music
I'll
playing
ask.
in the background.
I'll ask for everyone's take. We'll go around the table. Everyone's take. What do you expect in 11:58? And then we'll end it here.
Mhm.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first, I guess. I'm gonna say we're gonna be at 40 years ago, and it's gonna be right before God Valley. We're going to see Shaki going to a strange island, probably abandoning Blackbeard, and we're going to see probably this is probably we're going to see Loki react to Zebek's death right after.
I'll go next.
Skip over God Valley.
I mean, if we do see it, that's going to be another chapter later or another break later.
Bro,
Another
these
arc
past
later.
few chapters are not break worthy, bro. They were not break worthy.
I personally
They're kind of
wonder if
boring.
Oda got called for like reshoots from like South Africa or
Well,
something.
the thing about South Africa in the live action is, at least I think, I'm not entirely sure, but the pattern is, I believe, when Oda goes to Africa to check on the live action, that's when he takes a month off. Or he at least took a month break after he came back from Africa, if I'm recalling it right, for season 1.
All right, who's the next person?
I can go next. I personally think that we are going to skip forward to a year before, before the God incident happens. Rox is going to challenge Roger to a day bat fight because actually I think it's going to be the opposite. Roger is going to challenge Zebek to a David back fight. And I think he's going to be like, well, if there's only one way to get Shocky, it's this. And Roger is going to lose, but not in the ways that he thinks. And they're going to take the egg, and every challenge that Zebek is going to get from Roger, he's going to go, no, I got what I need for you. Bye.
You got your egg and your girl.
Yeah, exactly. So he's just like, well, I guess I'll just plunder it because I'm a pirate.
I got your egg and your girl.
Just like, that's really funny. All right, yeah, but that's as far as I feel like the chapter will end with Loki getting the highline of Rox being killed. Like, we're getting insight, but we're not going to see that. But I think that's how the chapter will end.
Yeah.
All right, I
Good take.
guess I'll go. I said it earlier, but I think for 11:58, I think we're gonna start off in Hachinosu, then incorporating some of what you guys said. Oda could, go back and forth, or he could skip and get the news. Loki get the news of Sebek's death, get ready to sail, and for the fun of it, he ends the chapter meeting Shanks.
Oh.
I would think it would end with Loki awakening his conquerors at the shock of the news.
Ooh.
That would be dope.
That would be.
Like I actually could see like him doing a similar like
I mean, because
Luffy and Ace pose.
many
I
of
was
the
thinking more of
conquerors
Goofy because
we've seen them unleash the conquerors hockey at a young age, haven't we? From most of the conquerors that we've seen,
yeah,
because Luffy, we've seen Luffy use it at a young age when he saved Don and Ace from that one guy.
When
I
did
mean,
Loki use it?
not Luffy. I mean Ace. When Ace saved Luffy and Don from that guy,
yeah.
and we've
Oh,
also
They're
seen.
blue,
back in the flashback of
blue
all those
jam.
kids.
But basically, I'm saying like most conquerors, when we see somebody's a conqueror, we see them show it at a young age. So, what I'm saying is I agree. I think we're eventually gonna get a young Loki conquers hockey showing.
Like soon or on the next chapter?
I think next chapter, but it could be weeks from now.
Same. I actually imagine like
like him crying over the newspaper and possibly like framed like Luffy and Ace. Like the paper would be on the ground, literally framed like that, and like Loki would be like looking up into the sky and crying.
Or it could be
Or
like the
probably,
reaction that Sabo had when he found out Ace died.
or
Yes.
screaming, trying and saying he's gonna get some revenge on the Celestial Dragons.
How
Or
crazy
Vento.
would it be if Loki could do a hockey scream like Big Mom did when they broke Mother Caramel's picture?
Or since Garp was kind of blamed for the whole thing, look, he could be going out. He could want to go after Garp.
Good
Oh, yeah,
luck
that's a
to him.
possibility.
That's what I gotta say. If you're going after Garp, good luck to you, brother.
Bro, you better bring some firepower.
At the very least, yeah.
El, you want to go next?
Well, yeah, it's something about now. I don't think I don't know anything about what's gonna happen next in the past, like with these next few chapters. But I do feel like once we go back to Elbaf, Sanji might get taken over by Gunko, turning into a demon, and then maybe unlocking Conquerors to like free himself from being a demon. I think that's
Sanji
how he's
ain't
gonna
even gonna be
awaken it.
able to lift a finger, let
Hey,
alone
I think
that's
an
Sanji's
egg
gonna get
with
that's what
killed
I'm
by
thinking.
Gunko.
I actually see like the opposite happening. Like Zoro would have that happen,
Oh,
and
that's
Sanji
yeah.
and Zoro
God,
would
if that
have a
happened to
similar.
Zoro, good luck to you
Bro,
all.
Sanji would lose both his legs.
But I think there's
Sanji
a
and
reason
Zoro.
Luffy didn't go. Like I think there's a reason he's not there.
I mean,
I
he's
think there might
pretending
be
to
some
listen to Loki's
confrontation.
story.
Yeah,
Oh, another thing that would kind of make me mad when I said earlier I would drop the series if the Croco Mom theory came true. If Emu leaves Elbaf or they sever the connection to Gunko in some way and Emu does not speak to Luffy, I would be so mad.
Yeah, that would
Really?
be some
I can
bullshit.
see Oda doing that.
He
Yeah,
could, he
but
would do that.
that's what I'm saying. Because you can see him doing that in Blue Ball Oda, then that would make me mad. You feel me?
I mean, if we're getting blue balled with Luffy meeting Shamrock, I mean Uncle Shamrock, no doubt he's going to be blue balling us for for the emu encounter.
Which could be Bonnie's father, depending on the connotations of that.
I actually think that it might not be true. I actually think that maybe someone from Saturn's family could be the father of Bonnie, because
Or Saturn himself.
I mean, if Saturn's
That'd
at
be
the age where he
crazy.
can still get it up, then yeah, maybe.
Well, if that's true and Saturn did all that, I'm glad Emu burned that man. Burned him. But I mean, to be honest, Oda did a SBS where he gender bent the was it the worst gen in the warlords? Or
Yeah, and
it
Bonnie
was
looks like Shanks.
exactly. So
Yeah,
the Shamrock theory makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it does.
yeah.
I think it's Shamrock.
And I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just simply saying we saw Jenny going through the infection of what Saturn's disease is, so it would make sense if it was personally him that affected her.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it's
I wouldn't
possible
put
as
it
well.
past him.
Hey, we gotta wrap this up because this man's got to go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
looks like he's just
yeah,
counting the
he's got
Yeah,
to
time.
one
go.
more.
He said,
What you
"Everybody
thinking?
say one last thing
These
for
idiots keep
11:58,"
Nah,
and now we're
nah.
back to Shamrock
I'm
and
hanging
Bonnie.
in there.
So I
What
guess it's on
about
me
you,
now.
Damon?
Yeah,
So I guess for 11:58, I think because it ended with the last chapter with them telling Rock, reaching out to Rocks, reaching out to
Harold.
Harold. Yeah, like if you want to join the world government, you have to kill Rocks. So it would be cool if he had like a mental block throughout that whole chapter. He's going back and forth about wanting to join, and then we would see at the same time concurrently we would see the fallout of what's going on at God Valley with Shakiyaku, and we could possibly see different plot points of point of view, like even like the kids, the rabbits, and everything that was going on, and we could just see like the fallout fight from that. At the same time, Harold is going back and forth in his mind: do I want to go kill Rocks just so I can join the world government? And then inevitably at the end of the chapter, he shows up, or he's preparing to go to God Valley, and Loki is preparing himself to, he wants to be a pirate and he wants to leave at the same time as well. So I
That was
think that would be a cool juxtaposition between those two, like both of them leaving, but they're both going on their separate paths.
I can actually see Harold giving Loki the news that Harold is dead. I mean that Zebek is dead.
Wait. Harold gave Loki the news that he's dead.
Yeah.
It
so
could
dead.
be either a cool
Calls
way to either
Catapulting.
stretch out that plot point, or you could even just like wrap it up that quick. Like just give a little more exposition with what happened with God Valley, with the rabbits, with the prizes, who was taken as prizes, who what devil fruits were there, seeing the different points of view, as opposed to when Kuma and Jenny and all of them was there to see God Valley from a different character's lens. Or you could like wrap it up. I don't know. It's like it's a lot of things like Oda could do with it.
What if Loki snuck onto God Valley and took the legendary devil fruit that was supposed to go with Roger, but instead he put in Baby Shanks?
He
That'd be
swapped them.
crazy considering that man came back years later and messed him up.
Yeah, that would be
Karma.
great.
Ew, a little insect puts it in the thing because he keeps like hugging him and like that stuff. It's because he's a baby and he's just like, ew, puts it in a little container.
Get this damn roach off of me.
And then the baby grew up and beat his ass.
And
I mean,
that would
explain like why Shanks is a baby in a treasure chest.
And
Like,
Loki
why is there
ate the
a
devil
baby?
fruit that was supposed to go to Roger.
Yeah, like so, like Loki swapped them.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, a baby. Let me throw the baby in the chest.
Eat it in his chest and take the
Very
fruit
fast
side.
child.
I think that would also come from like a one thing, because if that is the case, and because One Piece is weird. Some people have memories a lot of people have memories when they're babies. Like in that could be the whole entire point of Shanks showing that kindness of defeating Loki, of like, I can't watch you die because you made my life the best it's ever been. I can't watch you die. So he defeats him.
Yeah. Or he just prevents him from getting killed out at sea by the whole world government.
Saves
You're
him.
evil. People told me so.
So Shanks did
Or
Loki
Loki
with
taking on the
I'm gonna
God
beat your
Valley, and
ass,
he's the
but it's for
reason
your
why
own good.
he didn't grow up as a celestial dragon, and he put him on another path of being a pirate and being taken in by Roger. So I guess that that juxtaposition there, he put him on a whole other set course in life.
Or since this was like 6 years ago, Loki could have found out about Blackbeard and wanted to join him, but Shanks was like, "Nope, you're not joining his crew."
All right. Well, I gotta go, guys. It's been fun.
All right, bro. Thank you for being here. Great chopping it up with you, man. God bless you and take care.
Thank you.
See you, wordplay.
All right. My take for 1158. 1157 left off with Shaki making the bar on God Valley. That was 42 years ago. So 3 years before God Valley. So I think like being that God Valley is such a big, important event, but that was 39 years ago, whereas we left off 42 years ago, I think that Oda's going to go into that 3-year gap between them. Plus, Oda wants to blue ball as much as possible with things like God Valley. So he's probably going to continue picking up where he left off with Shaki and showing how the Rocks Pirates developed a relationship with her, maybe even with the Kuja Pirates in general, and probably even go into the direction of what the crown jewel of Hachinosu was, or what type of stuff they had in general, like what their treasures were. But I also agree with Damon completely. I think like we're gonna get like this juxtaposition, like mental block of Harold trying to decide like, I need this relationship with the world government. I've shown this like time and time again, but also Zebek is like the homie. What do I do? But I don't think in this chapter that we're gonna reach God Valley. I think like Oda's just gonna drag it as long as possible. So it'll probably be like half the chapter of what do you call it? Harold inner dialogue, and then the other half with Shaki, Zebek, the crown jewel of Hachinosu, probably stuff like that.
I mean,
Well,
for me,
the Gorosei still have to make their move, right? They still need to talk to Harold. So I think that's also a possibility if we're going down that route.
Yeah, because that's true. Because at the end it says give Harold this ultimatum, so they haven't even contacted him in 1157.
Exactly.
For me, I see God Valley being its own separate arc. Like we're gonna get that probably in between Hachinosu and the final war.
See, Vincent, as much as I totally understand that view, but like I feel like Oda has given us so many like holes and like spots within the whole God Valley incident that it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller to where it's like all we're really asking for is the big battle and like the end of that battle, you know, because we know why they went there, we know who is there, we know a lot of the events that started the battle. You know, we have so much of the God Valley incident, we just don't have the fight and like how he died, Zebek died, you know what I'm saying? So I guess like an arc could I guess it could kind of put everything in chronological order and kind of like refresh our mind and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's weird because he's like giving us like all these like random bits. You know what I mean?
Well, who's going to be the lead catalyst to lead us into that, though? I agree with your point, but who's going to be the lead who leads us there? Like how we have like this backstory with Loki now leading us up to what happened that day with Harold. Who's going to be the one to lead us into God Valley? Like, would it be Garp? Like, I
Yeah.
think like
Yeah.
I hope
So
it's Garp.
brought up
I
with like
said
the
it
hoodie,
I
earlier.
think it's
like
gonna
I
be.
want Blackbeard to
memories or
interrogate
something.
Garp.
Like, are we gonna go back to
Hey, I
Garp? Is
think
he
Blackbeard with Garb.
more dumb?
yeah, I have a video. Let me look it up right here. It was a GARP video that I put out a while ago, probably like 2 years ago. But I agree with Smokey. I think it's probably gonna be from GARP ultimately.
Probably in his flashback right before he gets the big axe himself.
Oh,
Or
it'll
If
be
he
once
gets
GARP.
the,
Sebek,
if he gets the big
Yeah,
axe.
yeah. It's
or what if
I posted
Sebek reveals
this
himself to
on my
be
original.
inside Blackbeard?
That would be insane.
That would be insane. And then he starts having a conversation with Garb.
God, that would
Like
be so
maybe
crazy. That would break the internet if that
it
happened.
honestly would. Yeah.
That
Garp
would
Yeah, and
gets
be
all
then
so
cocky
Blackbeard
and
freaking
talking
bloodline.
about
crazy.
his
If we
dad.
revealed
What?
like him, Garp and Blackbeard having a conversation, and it's like, hey, I know who your father was, and I know your lineage, and he'll be like, yeah,
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 that's
you
what
know,
I
I was
that's
such and
what I was
such.
saying
Exactly.
earlier, Damon. That's what
I
I was
think
saying
Exactly.
earlier.
Blackbeard would
Oh,
instigate
okay,
the.
cool, cool.
I
So
think
say
Blackbeard
what?
would be the one to tell Garp about that he's his son, because Garp probably didn't know that he had a kid.
I mean, it could go either way. Maybe Blackbeard doesn't even know. Maybe Garp somehow knows and Zebek does, or Blackbeard doesn't. But what you said probably, I think it would probably be more probable that Blackbeard would know and Garp wouldn't. But since it's not certain, like, you know, it's still up in the air.
I mean,
But I
Rocket had
agree
the
with Smokey. Like a
Rocket.
conversation, like a back and forth conversation between the two about Blackbeard's bloodline, as well as what happened on God Valley. I think like that's probably going to be the most probable thing, the most likely situation.
And
Because I
then
would
To
like
to
Blackbeard
for
God
would
them to
Valley.
come
probably
back
tell
around
Garp
to when
about his plan
Katarina
to turn him
Devon and
in.
Van Arger, when they came to Egghead, and then they met up with Saturn, and you say, yeah, you know about his lineage. It's like, yeah, teacher's special. We need to come back to that, and so that would create juxtaposition for that, and contextually, why is he special? And then we would get that lore dump right there explaining why he is. Like instead of getting like the little cookie crumbs, now we're getting the main course to it now.
I
Well,
think
the,
Yeah,
that'd be a smooth transition.
the interesting thing about that is Saturn, I checked the officials. Saturn doesn't say like, oh, Blackbeard's tribe, his race. He doesn't say that. He says his bloodline. So that's
yeah.
more of like a familial kind of thing. So that would just
Mhm.
more and more point towards Saturn knowing that Blackbeard has a special bloodline. And if he knew that Zebek was Blackbeard's father, then it's pretty simple that he would say, yeah, Blackbeard has a special bloodline. I don't know why I just pointed that out, but
Well,
How
But
crazy would it
Emu
be if
Emu
that's
also
like an
had
Oda red herring and Oda decided to completely flip it on its head and the bloodline that Saturn knows about is his mother? That'd be some funny shit.
because we
well,
also
if
forget that Emu had Blackbeard's poster too, like with the sword, like oh no, with a knife like put through it, like ripped into
yeah,
pieces. So
yep.
he even Emu might know about Blackbeard being
Emu
Sebek's
uses
son.
Blackbeard's father's own sword to cut up his bounty.
Damn.
Oh, that's messed up.
He's a definite major player at the end. Like, oh, he's on his list.
But if Blackbeard is part Buccaneer and part Kuja, that could be the rare bloodline that you're talking about. Like two
Yeah,
things like that mixing together.
The strongest women, and then like Buccaneers, one of the most special races, which by the way, they haven't made it clear as to why Buccaneers are special. Because in Egghead, remember when Vegapunk was about to say, because Kuma was going off doing his thing, fighting and trying to protect Bonnie. Vegapunk was having this dialogue and he was saying, yeah, it wasn't only the physical strength that the Buccaneers were known for, it was also, and then it got interrupted. So there's something very important about Buccaneers that we don't know.
And most people have theorized the soul.
Yeah, I think it's
that's
spiritual.
what I would say too.
It's probably more spiritual.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, because if Devil
Because
Fruit's
if
supposed to be,
Vegapunk directly said there's something beyond physical or whatever you just said, then it has to be spiritual.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, like the Ounce of Soul and how Kuma was still being able to move, and even through death, he was still able to fight, and he was cognizant. Like we would see like the side panels of like Kuma, like, but like he was still knowing what he was doing, you know. So
that's exactly
and when
right.
he saved Bonnie,
that was the context actually. Vegapunk was saying what you just said, that how can he still act? He shouldn't have any control or power or something like that. And he says like it's not the physical, it's the, and then he cut it out. And by the way, even earlier in this arc or earlier in Egghead, before the Kuma flashback, remember there was that whole thing about souls having a weight.
I thought that was because of his paw powers.
What was that?
I thought it was because of his paw powers.
I'm gonna have to double check. I thought it was related to the souls. That souls have a weight, like souls are tangible, and that they're like extra
like
heavy.
Paw powers could extract some of the weight to get rid of some of the pain.
Because
he has like
I'm gonna
those
have to
pain
double
bubbles.
check. To the
Isn't-
soul
isn't
has a
the soul
mass.
supposed to weigh
tangible.
like 21 grams or something?
Yeah, 21.
Yeah, I think it's 21 grams.
But anyways, I mentioned that because I think like, okay, maybe that has to do with like the Buccaneers having a special weight to their soul, or like a double soul or extra large soul. Like, I don't know, something in that kind of vicinity, just because I think that the special trait of the Buccaneers is non-physical and more spiritual. So maybe it has something to do with that. Because also you got to just think in general, what was that whole point of going on with the idea that souls weigh 21 grams? Like, what does that matter?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
we all know energy never dies.
Maybe it has to do with the mother flame.
just
Maybe it's charging soul. Maybe it's charging it by the pound. Maybe the mother flame is charging souls by the pound.
What if the mother flame has to be charged up by souls?
Which is why Sun Tree Eve probably goes back to like the devil fruits being souls.
Yep. It could all link up.
Well, wait, didn't Vegapunk say that? I mean, I get the souls for the Eve tree, but didn't Vegapunk say that devil fruits were born out of human desires?
Yeah, something like that.
Right. He also said there were like connections to like a different reality, I think.
Like a different realm, huh? I think he said realm. Huh?
So what if the devil fruits are like multiversal?
Dimension? Oh.
Multiverse.
Well, you know, that goes back to Shandor and the trees and everything, with the spirits being trapped in the trees. So that goes back to that. The Scott Pia.
Yeah. Before you joined, SL was pointing that out too. So you guys are probably onto something. The Sunlight Tree Eve absorbing souls and then manifesting devil fruits.
Giving Emu power if he is the Sun Tree Eve.
Or like not even if Emu is the Sunlight Tree Eve, but even in the possibility of him manipulating the tree, him utilizing it, taking advantage of that.
Now, see, I like the idea of Emu being able to manipulate and use the tree as a resource. I like that idea.
Like it could go either way, because you would still end up with the same outcome. Especially like I think was it SL earlier that mentioned the mural, or maybe it was Smokey that mentioned the mural talks about the forest god taming demons. So
No,
if you understand,
that was SL, I
Yeah,
think.
that was
Yeah,
SL.
that
That
was
was
SL.
SL.
yeah, so like that, I guess that would tie into Vincent then. So Emu could possibly be a forest god, manipulating, using, creating devil fruits, being intertwined to some capacity with Sunlight Tree Eve, and then with souls being in the mix too. I don't know. There's
Or
so many
or
different ways.
Emu, or what if Emu's charging it up with the dreams of the slaves they own?
Oh
Like what if
yeah,
he's
farming
what
them like
if like it's something like that? Like it charges up with dreams, and their dreams are to escape from Emu. So they have big dreams to want to get out of there, and
It,
he's using that to charge it up.
going one step
I
Well,
like
further,
what you
let's
said
unpack
what
though.
that.
if
Like,
what
They're
if that's
using
how
the mother
Emu
flame, and they're
powers
using
his
that
demon
weapon
stuff?
to kill people and drown them, take their souls after they die, and their
Okay.
souls go to the sunlight tree, and then they bore devil fruit, and he's the gatekeeper right there. He's the gatekeeper. So I mean that definitely makes tangible
You mean
sense. You're
literally the Grim
using
Reaper?
human souls as a renewable resource.
yes, I like
Hmm.
Damon and L. You guys are going crazy. That is, I love that. And that would take like this whole concept of slavery in One Piece to a whole nother level. Because when we see like Marijua, right, they have the slaves, you know, moving the machines for the travelators, but to like enslave souls is like a whole different level. And it almost reminds me in a way of like the Matrix, where they had like billions of people plugged into the machines. It's like this higher level of slavery, and like Emu just taking it to the max,
Yeah, that's
enslaving
chess on a
souls
higher
and
form
dreams.
right there. That's like
Yeah,
4D chess right there.
Very
yeah, exactly. But with slavery, which is just messed up, bro.
Yo, Rouge.
Tired of using you, yeah, we're just gonna end you. Take your souls as a renewable resource. Use that in tandem with the mother flame. We're gonna take your dreams and make those devil fruits. Make sure they don't go into circulation. And we're gonna gatekeep the street.
It
By the
makes me
way,
wonder
guys,
if the
Worst Gen and Fnatic are put out the first hints
No way.
for a Weather 58.
all right.
Well,
I
yeah,
was it kind of makes me
What
think. That
what
kind
are
of
the
makes me
hints?
think what the Opa Opa no Mi is really for. Maybe it's a soul harvester.
I don't know. The Opioid is more about manipulating the body. I have a thread about that, but I
Yeah, but I
do like the
mean,
idea of
he
something
he
manipulating
literally
souls.
gave 100 hearts to the world government. That's basically 100 souls right there.
I guess in a
True.
sense, if the
So
soul stored,
maybe,
then I
so
oh
in
guess.
yeah,
that
the right
sense,
port. Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
No,
I was
no,
just,
you're good.
I
We're
was just,
just.
I was just gonna say maybe that could mean that Trafalgar Law is the traitor of D.
That'd be very interesting. As a law fan, I don't know if I like that, but that'd be very
I
interesting.
know I'm a huge Law fan too. That's why I'm like I ain't saying nothing.
The bias
I mean,
speaking.
I don't
will
like the
he play
idea
an
either, but
important
if you
part at
think
the
about
end?
it,
Yes. Just for right now is to be determined because we just need more information, especially with him being missing right now.
yeah, I mean, we got the Surgeon of Death, Trafalgar D. Water Log
And then
Law.
they say water is like the secret name. Like,
Yeah,
never mind the D initial. No. Water is a secret name. Like,
like
what?
he's hiding the water part more than he is the D part.
Exactly. It's like strange. So I wonder, like, that made me think, like, okay, did the D clan have different tribes? And like he's from the water tribe of the D clan. But then there's like, okay, we don't really see that in the rest of the story. He's like the only person I could think of with like a special family name, you know? So I have no idea.
It would be cool to explore that, like what Emu said, like the people with D in their name, they don't even know who they are. So it could be like a lost tribe of children, a lost tribe. They're scattered all throughout the globe. These descendants who have D in their name, and then we find the cultural importance of what the D really means, and it brings like everybody with the D initial, in their name. It brings them together, or it's something that ties them all together. Some energy, some entity, some distant ancestor, something of that sort, something like that.
See,
Possibly
that's
the
exactly what I was thinking when L brought up the chopped up posters. I think the point of Emu slicing up those posters and possibly being angry is because he doesn't want the D clan to come together. And now it's interesting though, because Vivi was one of them, and he was the one that he took up to the throne. And Vivi was revealed to be a D clan member. Now, sure, Hoshi's not a D clan member, but she's an ancient weapon. So maybe she's like the outlier there. But I do agree with you that there's like this prophecy of maybe like the D clan coming together with ancient weapons to have this grand battle against Emu, especially if the mural's kind of depicting that as well. Maybe Emu has heard about a part of this. Maybe he knows the full thing, something like that. And he can't let them come together and join forces, especially when we're looking at the whole dialogue between Cobra and Emu. Emu's giving him all this information, talking about Lily, talking about the poneglyphs, that fateful day, all this stuff. And then the moment Emu's like, hey, by the way, who sent that letter? Cobra's like, oh, it's Nefertari D Lily. Now all of a sudden, Emu wants to kill Cobra, and Cobra's dying words, he's saying, hey, Sabo, please tell Luffy and Vivi that Luffy's a D clan member. So there's a huge emphasis on Vivi
So
being a
you
D
know why
clan
I like
member
that?
for a reason.
I like that because the D clan coming together as a solution would be awesome. Because I could see like maybe in the first world or the second world, probably the second world, but at one point like the D clan fractured. And we got the Monkey D's, we got Rocks D,
Oh, I
Marshall
guess,
D. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
that's a good point.
it would be awesome if they failed in earlier because they were divided. And going back to what you were saying, Threeble, him cutting up the papers like that as symbolicism of dividing them, and then him carrying Vivi's picture. Yeah, I think it makes a good bit of sense.
Or what
Or it
if
could be
you
where
remember
like they were like in the past, they were figures that opposed him or opposed the world government. And now I kind of always thought of it like my head canon was like, like with Naruto, spoilers here, like Naruto and Sasuke being like transmigrants of the Sage of the Six Path Sons. So the story is still unfolding, but the different souls of people like through history, there is playing out in different characters. And so these souls are inhabiting like Luffy, major players now, like he has a sun god, Nika fruit. And so that fruit is the story is still being played out, but it's through these different characters. And Emu sees that. Like they showed up on Emu's radar and like, yeah, this is this person from back then. This person has this fruit. This person has that fruit. He can sense that. And that's why he's making it a top priority to get Vivi, because he believes now that she's a descendant of Lily. Like she plays an important part in the story. She doesn't understand it yet, but Emu knows. That's what I think about that.
No,
you
I
think
really,
Emu's gonna capture her?
He's gonna try.
He's gonna
I think he
capture her or
will.
try to steal her body, one or something like that. I
Maybe
mean, it
maybe that's
long
the reason for the final
from
war.
Maybe he wants to kill her because he refuses to have a Will of D member as part of as part of his aristocratic lifestyle.
or it could be him righting a wrong with what happened when Lily spread the poneglyphs or whatever happened that day. Because he alluded to it when he was talking with Cobra, but he didn't necessarily like go to it. But all of what happened that day, but it involves that family with whatever
all right,
happened and why she didn't leave her sword and like why she didn't come up to like Marijois as one of the founding members.
all right, boys. I'm sorry, but I gotta get some sleep. I'm gonna
What
wrap
time is
this
it
up.
over there for you?
2
It
in the
is
morning, I get.
17 a.m.
Woo.
I gotta be up
Fuck
for work.
that. What
Man,
time
Yeah.
you gotta
we
wake up?
started at 11, didn't we? We've been going
Yeah.
for like almost 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
3 hours and 17 minutes is because when I start at like 10 p.m. my time, it is so early in West Coast. So like I don't want to go live when a lot of people are just gonna be dead asleep because people are
Yeah,
gonna
I remember
obviously
you
like
saying you were even thinking about pushing this stream back an hour.
yeah, because like like, can I really blame people that they're not waking up at 7 a.m. to join the open mic? Like, that's way too early.
Bro, we
Did you-
tried that a couple weeks ago. In the first like 10 minutes, I was in brain fog. I was like, I just woke up.
Yeah, that
So,
was the
yeah,
one that I missed because y'all started at like 2 in the morning and ended at like 4.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to try to do it consistent. I've been consistent with Saturdays, but yesterday I just had way too much going on. I watched Superman. That was a great movie.
Oh
Yeah, that's what I've
yeah,
heard.
pretty
I've heard
good.
it's pretty
It
good.
was, it was all right. I think they could have done Lex Luthor a little better though.
Yeah, he was one of those villains that you, whenever he talks and like his whole persona and his drive, like you just hate him, bro. Like he's just like one of those.
He's so
like,
hateable.
Who
man,
plays
like,
Lex
hateable.
Luthor in this movie?
I
In my
forget
opinion,
his
they did
name.
dirty.
I forget the actor's name, but he did pretty good. I like this part. I also like that they made Superman a little bit more kind, chill, human, and not like a fucking aura farmer like fucking Henry Cavill. He was
In
just
my
aura
opinion,
farming the whole time.
in my opinion, it was kind of like the nice guy version of Black Adam because it had the same Justice Society trying to intervene, yet they did absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it was really just
And it's
what
about a
was
impoverished
it?
nation that America was supposed to help but didn't.
Bro,
I do like
that
Mr. Terrific
that
though.
movie clearly pointed to Palestine and Israel.
Yeah,
I think
it
it's
was
so
obvious.
I'm gonna check out the Conjuring when it comes out next week.
They're making
Oh,
another
they're
Conjuring
aren't there
movie?
like 13
I
of
think it's the
those?
last one.
The first one was
Hey,
a
watch
classic. That one was pretty
I like
scary.
Weapons.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You guys should watch Weapons. It's still in theaters for me. I liked it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna check
It's
that
like a
out.
psychological thriller.
That's what I had heard about it. I heard that it's pretty good from a psychological thriller aspect.
Yeah.
I
Pretty
saw
good.
some of the clips and I just couldn't help but laugh my ass off.
Yeah, some of them are funny. I was laughing already at some too.
All right.
The other
The
Listen, I'm
chasing
sorry.
scenes.
I'm sorry, boys. I wish everyone here a nice morning, day, or night, wherever you guys are. Great chopping it up with you guys for 11:58 predictions. We just, as Smokey said, we just started getting hints, so the spoiler should be here soon. Chat, I appreciate you
I
all.
posted them in the
everyone the
Discord
open
for
mic.
y'all.
Oh, I'm
You
gonna go
heard that,
see
chat?
him.
Okay, good. He posted them in the Discord. ! Discord. Go to the new spoilers. Of course, chat, we're going to be live for the short summary, long summary, chapter reaction. I'm going to try to be more consistent with the Saturdays instead of the Sundays. That way we can go longer and later. But
you could try to do them on the evenings or like the evenings here in the US and the mornings for you.
oh yeah,
That would be good.
Maybe I should consider that. All right, I'll consider that. But thank you guys in the open mic too. All you guys in on the mic, everyone here in the channel. Appreciate you all, chat. Have a blessed, beautiful day, morning or night, wherever you guys are. Peace out, chat.
Deuces.
See you.
If the world hates you, just remember that it has hated me first. If you belong to the world, then the world would love you as its own. But I chose you from this world, and you do not belong to it. That is why the world hates you. Whoever hates me, hates my Father also. They would not have been guilty of sin if I had not done among them the things that no one else ever did. As it is, they have seen what I did, and they hate both me and my Father. They hated me for no reason at all.